Okay, here I am, you guys. Sorry I was late. Welcome to the Late Late Horror Show. I am Dino. We are going to put together Lego. Is what we're going to do. The cabin. I was out and I'm like going, what the heck? I seen you guys in the chat as I checked real quick, and I'm like, I don't remember setting it to 6. It's been 6:30 all week. But anyways, it is here. We are here, the Late Late Horror Show. I am Dino, as always. We are going to finish the Lego Ideas A-frame cabin 21338 by Lego. We will finish it off. Hello Connie, Black Roses, J.O.B. Harry Scott, Tune the News. Good to see everybody here. I was out, so let me tell you what. Going to play some Superman as I'm building this. So there you go, some Superman, classic stuff. As you can see, I did go ahead and do one of the walls on the cabin here because I wanted to finish this out tonight. Okay, so I wanted this all to be finished, and I will be able to get through the rest of this before the end of the night, and then we could talk about the cabin and what I think about it and all that stuff. So far, I mean, a very fun build, but the roof, the roof, the roof. It's right here, as you can see it. It's just you just build a big base plate kind of thing, and it slides right into place on the roof. So that's kind of, and then they got the windows on the roof. I do like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it just slides right in there, and we have one side finished. That's all I did. Now I'm going to do another one, the other side, so you can see how I put it together. But so far, the A-frame cabin is really good. I'm starting to think more and more on where I'm going to actually put this in my city. I know I got the section here on the corner where I wanted to put water, trees, kind of a little forest area at the edge of the city. But we shall see. We shall see. I don't know. Let's see. JLR, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's very hot here in Cleveland. As usual, I don't know. These summers, the past 2 or 3 summers, I mean, it's just been brutal hot heat. And yeah, it's hard to handle. You want to get outside in the sun, but then you're out in the sun for a little bit, and you're dying. You're like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Anyways, Nathan, what is going on? Troxel, hi Dino and everyone. Just got home from work. I hope everyone had a great day. Hey Dino, we started a new thing. Bad joke Thursdays, LOL. I saw that J.O.B. Pretty funny. Let me bring up the chat. Love it. I love that you guys were staying entertained, keeping your guys selves entertained as I was not home. But yeah, let me start on this so I can finish it up tonight. Complete it, be done with it, so I can set it and see where it's going to go in the city, and film that process on like where I'm going to put it and stuff like that. So let me start on the next side of the wall, which might take a little bit of time. Then it looks like I've got some more trees, and I think a little island and trees, but we shall see. So all my pieces are here. Let me get ready, and in the meantime, as you guys are listening and watching, I'm going to play some Superman. This morning around 6 a.m., it was a fall day. I know, and then it got really hot, and tomorrow it's going to be about 90 here. So it is what it is. Nothing I can do, right? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Things are coming together, though, good over there. The next thing I think I'm going to build, because I still haven't gotten the pieces for the Orient Express in the mail, I may end up starting another building, the Lego bank, which is kind of a cool build too. So lots of cool little features and stuff like that. But yeah, let me go ahead and start this and play some Superman. Everybody ready for some Superman? How about I play The Adventures of Superman, The Diamond of Death from 1949. The Diamond of Death. Here we go as I build. Enjoy.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. The Adventures of Superman. When the planet Krypton, home of a race of supermen, exploded into dust, the sole survivor was an infant boy who had been shot to Earth in a sealed rocket. Today, that boy, grown to manhood, is known as Superman, sworn enemy of the forces of evil. To aid him in his never-ending fight for truth and justice, he masquerades as Clark Kent, crime reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. His secret is carefully guarded. No one is aware that Kent is Superman. No one but you. Join with us now as we embark on another of Superman's exciting transcribed adventures as the Man of Steel solves a murder and a mystery in The Diamond of Death. The Fairmount Estate, Great Oaks, is situated on a hilltop in the exclusive Wellington section of Metropolis. From the scrolled iron gate that once ensured the privacy of an Italian prince, the broad green acres rise to the huge gabled house in terraced formality. Time has taken its toll of the Fairmounts, and there are only 3 who occupy the 27-room mansion. Aunt Margaret, her son John, and her niece Alice, whose father founded the now dwindling Fairmount fortune. As our story opens, Alice is alone in the drawing room, playing the piano.
Is that the only piece you know?
How many times have I told you not to sneak up behind me?
That's good practice. You didn't hear me come in, did you?
No, I didn't. And I don't like being spied on. Ever since you got that correspondence school detective course, you've been unbearable. Gumshoeing around the house, frightening your mother half to death, picking at locks. It seems to me, John, it's about time you grew up.
Correspondence school detective degree or whatever she said there. It's funny, when I was a teenager, like 16, 17, and you start thinking of what you're going to do in the future, there actually were mail order correspondence to get your degree in becoming a detective. That hasn't reminded me of that in all these years. But yeah, I think I still somewhere have the little booklet in all of my, because I don't throw anything away. I'm not a hoarder, but I keep things from my childhood. I put them in boxes. They ended up going in the attic or the basement or whatever. I gotta look for that. But yeah, correspondence school. Oh my gosh, so funny. Sorry.
When I want your advice, I'll ask for it. You think you're pretty high and mighty because you're going to be 21 tomorrow. I believe you me, when I'm 21, I won't be hanging around this barn of a house.
Oh, what's the use? I'm going to my room. What was that?
It's Mama. Hey, Mama! Mama, what happened? Mama, what happened? What happened?
Oh, my nerve pills. Oh, John, get them, please.
They're on the dresser, John. Get a glass of water, too. Something frighten you, Aunt Margaret?
Oh, Alice. Alice, darling.
Are these the pills?
Yes. Where's the water?
Oh, shucks, I forgot.
Aunt Margaret, tell me what happened.
Oh, it was horrible. I opened the door, and a great
Here's the water. What made her scream?
I don't know yet. Here you are, Aunt Margaret.
Thank you, dear.
Well, something must have happened.
Did you arrive at that conclusion all by yourself?
You don't have to get smart,
Oh,
Alecky.
please, please, children.
I'm sorry.
What happened, Mama?
Give me a chance to catch my breath, John.
Mom, Pop,
You
kettle.
want me to call the doctor?
No, I'll be all right. It was just a terrible scare.
What scared you?
I I went across the hall to the library to get a book.
Yeah?
When I opened the library door, I saw a man climbing out the window.
Holy cats.
He turned to look at me, and his face was covered with a black handkerchief.
A burglar.
I tried to call out to him to stop, but all I could do was scream.
You better look around outside.
No, John. Help me up, Alice, dear.
Yeah, but, Mama, what if he's lurking around outside waiting for another chance to bust in?
Oh, thank you, dear. I'm sure I frightened him off, John. At any rate, there's something far more important. Alice's diamond pendant is in the safe in the library.
Aunt Margaret, you don't think he...
Oh, I hope not, dear. But come, we'll see. $14 right. 7 left. There.
Aunt Margaret, if anything happened to Daddy's
We'll
diamond...
know in a moment. It was in this metal box. It's here.
Oh, thank heavens.
Yeah, you sure make a lot of fuss about a hunk of jewelry. So what if he did take it? It's insured.
You wouldn't understand.
Alice's father brought the diamond back from Africa, John. It's the only one of its kind, and it's worth a fortune.
Hadn't we better call the police, Aunt Margaret?
I don't think it's necessary, dear. Obviously, he tried to get into the safe and couldn't. All it would mean would be a lot of questions and nothing accomplished.
Someone's at the front door.
Wait a minute. Don't anyone move. I'll look out the window and see who it is.
John, be careful.
Don't worry. It's a man and a woman.
Oh, yes, I forgot. They're probably from the Daily Planet. A Miss Lane called this afternoon about an interview with you, Alice.
With me?
Yes, about your birthday party tomorrow and the diamond. Close the window, John, and go down and let them in.
But why would anyone want to interview me, Aunt Margaret?
Why, you're a Fairmont, dear. And that makes you important. Come, I'll go down with you.
I'm sorry I was late, Mrs. Richards, but Mr. Kent drove me up, and somehow we got lost.
Oh, sure. Always blame it on the driver.
Oh, it's perfectly all right. And if we seem a little disorganized, it's because we've had some excitement.
Yeah, a burglar broke in and tried to steal my cousin Alice's diamond.
What?
John, don't exaggerate.
Well, he did, didn't he?
When did this happen?
Just before you and Miss Lane arrived,
Oh?
I surprised a marauder in the upstairs library. Whether he was after the Fairmont diamond or not is a question.
Did you notify the police?
Well, frankly, no. I believed I frightened him off.
I noticed a man out front when we drove up.
You did?
Yes. He was short and dark with one of those little hairline mustaches.
Well, that's Mario.
The chauffeur.
It seems to me the police should be notified. Don't you think so, Cor?
Wouldn't hurt. What's your chauffeur's last name, Mrs. Richards?
Corelli.
Yeah, Mario Philip Corelli.
Oh.
He was born in Sicily, and he's got a scar on his face where a black hand guy cut him with a knife.
John, I'm sure Mr. Kent isn't interested in Mario's personal history.
Oh, on the contrary, Mrs. Richards, I might very well be.
It's Mario.
Feeling
That's my
I've
middle
seen
name.
him somewhere before. How long has he been with you?
3 months.
I wish, John, you'd learn not to answer questions for others. I'm perfectly capable of replying.
Okay.
Mario wasn't the man I saw in the library, Mr. Kent, if that's what you're thinking. This man was tall and blond.
I see.
Well, this is all very interesting, but actually we came here to get a story on Miss Fairmount's birthday, and nobody has paid any attention to her.
That's quite all right.
Oh, forgive me, Alice, dear.
Of course, Aunt Margaret.
You'll be 21 tomorrow, isn't that right?
All of 21.
And you're going to celebrate the occasion with a party.
Aunt Margaret's giving me a party, yes.
It'll be a masquerade with 200 invited guests.
I see. Here at Great Oaks, I presume.
Oh, most certainly.
Well, that's fine. Now, about the Fairmount diamond.
Well, in accordance with the last wishes of my dear brother, Alice's father, I'll present the Fairmount diamond to Alice at the party.
That's if that burglar doesn't come back and steal it.
John, that's not amusing.
I think it's disgusting.
You would.
That will be enough, John.
Just one more thing, Mrs. Richards, and we'll go. May we have a photographer at the party? We'd like a shot of the presentation of the diamond.
Well, by all means, and unless Alice has any objections.
No.
Good. Thank you so much for seeing us, and best wishes to you, Miss Fairmount.
Yes, many happy returns tomorrow.
Thank you.
And if I were you, Mrs. Richards, I'd certainly notify the police about that marauder.
Yes. Yes, I think I shall.
Clark, do you mean to say that you've dragged me down here to police headquarters because you vaguely remember having seen that chauffeur's face before?
In essence.
What do you mean, in essence? You could have seen his face
Thanks,
in
Peter.
a barber shop or a subway or any one of a million places. What makes you think he's a criminal?
I've got a picture in my mind.
What mine?
And it's a rogues gallery picture with a number.
You know what you sound like?
What?
Fortune teller in a two-bit carnival. I see a picture. The picture has a number. A short, dark man with a scar.
All right, Lois.
Okay, Swami. You hang around here all night while they dig up pictures for you.
Where you
I'm
going?
going back to the office. I'm going to knock out the Fairmount squib and home to bed.
Okay.
So long, Mystic.
This the guy you're looking for, Kent? Lois, here he is.
I don't believe it.
Come here, look.
Well, it won't do me any good to look. I've never seen him.
All right, then listen. Martin Corday, alias Matt Corray, alias Mitchell Corray, alias Mario Corday.
They said his name was
Alias.
Corelli.
That's the name he's using now, Mario Corelli. Listen. Arrested June 14th, 1938 on suspicion smuggling gems in the port of New York.
Smuggling gems.
Discharged, insufficient evidence. Arrested March 12th, 1941, possession of stolen gems. Convicted 2 years state prison. Arrested Paris, France, 1945, attempted smuggling of stolen jewels.
Why, Clark.
No disposition. 3 arrests and 1 conviction, all on gem charges.
Well, my humble apology.
Oh, forget that. Here's our chance to get a real story on the Fairmount Diamond, not just a society-paid squib. Slip this into the ready file, Moran, will you? We may be needing it.
Okay.
You mind if I use the phone?
No, go ahead.
You got her number, Lois?
Huh? Whose?
That woman at Great Oaks, the aunt.
Mrs. Richards?
Yes.
Well, just ask for the Great Oaks Estate in Wellington. What are you calling
To
for?
warn her to be careful until we get there.
Oh, I see.
Number, please.
I'd like the Great Oaks Estate in Wellington. I don't know the number, operator.
1 moment, please.
Thank you. Golly, imagine the patience of the guy, Lois. Here he's been hanging around for 3 months, waiting to get his hands on that diamond, working as a chauffeur.
But, Clark, Mrs. Richards said the man she found in the room was tall and blond.
Oh, he was probably a Confederate.
Here's your party.
Oh, hello?
Hello?
Miss Richards?
Yes?
This is Clark Kent, Mrs. Richards. Clark Kent. Miss Lane and I were at your place about an hour ago from the Daily Planet.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Mr. Kent.
That's quite all right. My reason for calling, Mrs. Richards, is to tell you that we did a little checking on your chauffeur.
A little what?
We checked your chauffeur at police headquarters, and we find he has a record as a jewel thief. Now, don't get frightened or upset, Mrs. Richards.
Oh, this is terrible.
Miss Lane and I are coming back to your place. We should be there in 20 minutes. Just keep calm. And, Mrs. Richards,
Yes?
where is the Fairmount Diamond?
It's in a safe in the upstairs library.
Well, stay in the library until we get there. And keep your son with you.
Yes, I will. I certainly will.
Okay, see you in about 20 minutes.
Hurry, Mr. Kent, please.
We will. Okay, Lois, let's go.
I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Kent, for having uncovered this horrible situation.
Glad we were able to track him down.
To think that we've been harboring a thief in our midst for almost 3 months. Why, it makes me shudder.
I knew there was something fishy about him right from the beginning. I didn't like his looks.
John, don't be childish.
Well, I didn't.
Excuse me, but, Clark, how are we going to handle this? It's getting late.
Well, we can't prefer charges against him because, so far as we know, he hasn't yet committed a crime. I assume, however, that Mrs. Richards intends firing him.
Oh, immediately, Mr. Kent.
Well, I'd like to question him first.
Oh, give him the 3rd degree, huh?
No, just question him.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the sooner he leaves the property, the better I'll like it.
Well, he'll leave tonight, but before he does, we might be able to trap him into admitting that he was after the diamond. John, would you like to lure him into the trap?
Oh, sure.
All right, where's his room?
Well, it's over the garage.
Is he there now?
Well, he should be. You want me to find out?
No, wait. Here's what you do.
Huh?
Go to his room and tell him your mother would like to see him to, discuss some errands that must be done early in the morning.
Yeah.
Things that have to be picked up for the birthday party.
Yeah, okay.
Then walk back here with him and bring him up here to the library.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Kent, do you think it's safe to send John over there alone?
Oh, Mom.
Perfectly safe, Mrs. Richards. You haven't given him any cause for suspicion. And I'm sure John can handle himself if he has to.
You see?
Don't worry, Mrs. Richards.
Well, very well.
Thank you,
I'll be right
Jody.
back.
Hey, WTF.
You know, Clark, he's liable to get ugly when you tell him we know about his criminal record.
You don't have any more confidence in me than Mrs. Richards has in John, is that it?
He might be armed. Did that ever occur to you?
Yes, but I doubt it. Incidentally, where's your niece, Mrs. Richards?
That's right. We haven't seen her.
Well, Alice was in her room when you called. I saw no point in telling her about Mario. I was afraid it might disturb her too
That
much.
was wise. She's probably overexcited about her birthday party as it is.
Well, it wasn't so much that. I don't want you to misunderstand, but Alice had developed a sort of schoolgirlish infatuation for Mario.
Oh?
Oh, nothing serious, of course.
Clark, what was that?
It's John!
Stay here. I'll go down. What's the matter, John? What is it?
Mario. He's dead. Someone shot him. Right between the eyes.
We'll be back in a moment for part 2 of The Diamond of Death. But first, here is your ABC announcement.
Sunday is a very special day on ABC to millions of listeners. Favorite people like Walter Winchell, Drew Pearson, Luella Parsons, and Jimmy Fiddler are included in the Sunday lineup. Now, the afternoon brings film actor Edward Arnold portraying Mr. President. The lovely voice of young singing star Betty Clark, and the greatest story ever told, offers a moving half hour of drama from the Bible. Other highlights for Sunday on many ABC stations include Stop the Music, The Amazing Mr. Malone, Chance of a Lifetime, and Music with the Girls, which stars the all-girl orchestra and chorus with the top songs and music of the current Broadway and motion picture successes. Many of these favorites can be heard by you over this ABC station. So listen tomorrow, and remember, ABC is dressed in your Sunday best. Yes, be sure to hear Walter Winchell, Stop the Music, Luella Parsons, Drew Pearson, and many other great Sunday highlights over ABC, the American Broadcasting Company, tomorrow.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman and the Diamond of Death. With the startling discovery that Mario Corelli, an international jewel thief posing as a chauffeur, was murdered in his room, the mystery surrounding an attempt to steal the fabulous Fairmount diamond on the eve of Alice Fairmount's 21st birthday deepens. It is now past midnight. The police have completed their investigation at Great Oaks, the Fairmount estate, and have gone, leaving one uniformed man in the upstairs library where the diamond is locked in a safe. Mrs. Richards, Alice Fairmount's aunt, has retired. John Richards, Alice's cousin, is talking with...
Oh no, Black Roses. I know. You hate to bring up sad news and stuff like that, but Shelley Duvall has passed away. That does make me sad, especially with how things were going in her life in those past couple decades, really. That is sad. I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. Will always be olive oil to me.
Policeman in the library. Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and young Alice Fairmount are in the drawing room.
There's only one possible explanation, Clark. The tall, blonde fellow Mrs. Richards frightened out of the library was Corelli's sidekick. And when he failed to get the diamond, they had an argument, and Blondie let him have it.
Two things wrong.
What?
Nobody heard the shot, and according to the medical examiner, Corelli hadn't been dead 30 minutes when John found the body.
Well, the shot could have been muffled, and what's the time got to do with it?
What's the time got to do with it?
Oh.
Corelli was alive when we left here the first time. I saw him. That was about 9.
Yes?
I called Mrs. Richards from police headquarters at 9:30. We got back here at 5 minutes to 10, and the body was found at 10. That means he was murdered between 9:30 and 10. Miss Fairmount,
Yes?
how soon after Miss Lane and I left did you go to your room?
I don't quite remember the time.
Well, now, Miss Lane and I left at 9. Would you say 10 minutes? 20 minutes?
Well, you see, I went for a little walk first.
Oh. In the direction of the garage?
Why, Why, yes.
Did you see Corelli?
Yes. Please, I don't want you to think that
I'm not thinking anything, Miss Fairmount. You talked with Corelli?
Just for a moment. He said he hoped my party was successful. That was all.
Then you went to your room?
Yes.
You rather liked Corelli, didn't you?
Liked him?
Well, is like too mild?
No, of course not. I found him interesting.
Your aunt said he fascinated you.
That's not true. He spoke French and Italian fluently, and I enjoyed talking to him. But as for anything else,
Yes?
there was nothing else.
All Mr. Kent is trying to do, Miss Fairmount.
I know exactly what Mr. Kent is trying to do, and I resent it. Mario may have been a jewel thief, but I found him far more interesting company than my cousin John or my Aunt Margaret.
I can understand that.
This was my father's house. Tomorrow it'll be mine. If my Aunt Margaret objects to my likes and dislikes, well, it's just too bad.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. No one's criticizing you. Certainly neither Miss Lane nor myself. But Corelli was murdered, and we're looking for a solution.
Sorry, but I can't help you.
I think you can.
How?
Would you invite us to your masquerade party tomorrow?
Why, yes, if you'd like to come.
We would, very much.
Then of course you're invited. Will you be in costume?
Well, I don't know about Miss Lane, but I'll be in costume. A very interesting costume. You look lovely as a gypsy girl, Miss Lane.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kent. I wish I could say the same about your Superman costume.
Oh. Don't you like it?
Oh, the costume is beautiful.
But
Skip it.
I know. You don't think I'd fill it out.
Well, after all, Clark, there's only one Superman.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Oh, don't feel so bad about it.
Oh, I don't at all. In fact, I'm glad there's only one Superman. You have no idea how glad. What's the matter?
How long do we have to stay at this big but, dull party?
Until Mrs. Richards presents Alice with the diamond. Oh, hey, I didn't tell you, but the house is surrounded by police.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. I arranged it with Inspector Henderson.
Good, that was smart.
When Mrs. Richards arrives with the diamond, all the doors to this ballroom will be locked and guarded.
Do you expect trouble?
No, but if it comes, we'll be ready.
Certainly done a job decorating this room, haven't they?
Yeah.
That fountain in the center is fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Mrs. Richards.
Oh, with son John tagging along?
No, he's probably outside with the cops telling them how to guard the house.
He's got the jewel case, Clark. This is it.
I guess so.
As most of you know, it was my brother's wish that Alice be presented with the Fairmount diamond on her 21st birthday. I shall hold it up for all of you to see. And then it will be my happy privilege to place the pendant around Alice's neck.
Clark, the lights went out.
Don't move, Lois. Stay where you are.
Oh, Clark, it's 10 minutes after 3. The police gave up an hour ago, and you're still tramping around this empty ballroom.
Yeah, I know.
Will you take that silly Superman costume off and let's go? The diamond is gone. Just make up your mind to it.
Well, I can't. The doors were locked and guarded. I got to Mrs. Richards a few seconds after the lights went out and she screamed. Where could it have gone?
I don't know.
When the lights went on again, she was holding the plush box in her left hand and the gold pendant chain in her right.
And the diamond was gone, and if I've heard that once, I've heard it a dozen
I'm
times.
sorry, I'm only trying to...
Clark, the police have searched the room, and everybody in it.
I know, Lois. She was standing near the fountain.
They searched the fountain. They drained the fountain, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, that the gold pendant chain and the box were cold, and the plush inside the box seemed to be damp.
Come again?
Golly, that's a fantastic idea, but if that's how it was done, it explains a lot of things.
What's a fantastic idea? Clark,
What?
I'm asking you what.
I think I know how the diamond disappeared so fast.
You do?
Easy, easy. Someone's coming down the stairs. Oh, it's Alice.
Good heavens, are you people still here?
From the looks of it, we'll be here all night. Now, Mr. Kent thinks he knows how the diamond disappeared.
Mr. Kent, not really.
Yeah, I'll have to call the police to get them to do a little fast checking.
Well, there's a phone in the powder room, that door over there.
Oh, good. I'll be right back.
Do you really think Mr. Kent knows, Miss Lane?
It's hard to tell what Mr. Kent knows or doesn't know, but there's one easy way to find out. Come on.
What are you going to do?
Listen to what he tells the police.
This is Clark Kent. Let me have Captain Reed, please.
Captain Reed, he was here tonight, wasn't he?
Yes, he spoke to me.
Hello, Ed. This is Kent. No, I'm still up here. Yeah. Well, I think I've got the makings of a lead. No, not entirely, but I think the diamond was stolen last night, not
What?
tonight.
He's crazy.
That's right. No, I can't prove it yet, but if my hunch is correct, I will. I think the girl's aunt, Mrs. Richards, is behind it.
Oh, no. Shh.
Can you get a search warrant to go through the entire house, Ed? Good. Yes, as soon as you can, if you will. Okay, I'll call back if I dig up anything else. Right.
Let's go back where we were. I don't want him to know we were listening.
He can't be serious about Aunt Margaret.
Now,
can
don't
he?
say a word.
Well, that's step number one. I'm going to take a look at Corelli's room above the garage. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Mr. Kent.
Let him go.
But I'd like him to explain what he meant about Aunt Margaret.
He won't anyway. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but whatever it is, I'm going to beat him to the punch. Take me to your aunt's room.
What for?
Just take me there.
Who is it?
Alice.
Come in, dear.
Oh, Miss Lane.
I thought you'd left.
No, I'm still here, Mrs. Richards. I thought perhaps you'd like to tell me how you arranged the disappearance of Alice's diamond.
I beg your pardon.
How did you make the diamond disappear, and where is it?
Alice, what is this?
I don't know, Aunt Margaret.
Alice knows nothing about this. Now, would you care to return the diamond to her, or would you like me to call the police?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You look like you do. I'll give you 10 seconds to produce the diamond, or I'll call the police.
You won't call anyone, Miss Lane.
Oh, so you're in on it, too.
Close the door, John.
Yes, I'm in on it. Are you surprised?
No, not terribly. Stop pointing that gun at us, or can't you handle two women without a gun?
Not the way I've got to handle you two.
Where's Kent, John?
He left. I saw him go out.
He'll be back.
Maybe yes, maybe no. But it'll be too late. You won't be able to tell him much.
Don't talk so much, John. Do it and let's get away from here.
All right, stand behind me.
Miss Lane, what's he going to do?
He's going to kill us.
Aunt Margaret.
Do it, John.
You first, Alice.
Oh, no, no, God!
How about letting me have it first, John?
Okay, pal.
Try again. That's all for you, sonny boy.
All right, Clark, I'm listening. How did you know they were behind it all?
Well, you heard their confession.
Yes, but...
They planned to steal the diamond months ago, but the problem was disposing of it.
Yes?
That's how Corelli got into the picture. They framed an elaborate scheme for making it look like it was stolen, even to the story about the tall, blonde burglar.
I see.
But we threw a monkey wrench into the works when we dug up Corelli's record. You see, they were afraid he might implicate them if we cornered him. So they shot him between 9:30 when I called Mrs. Richards and 10 o'clock when John found his body.
Yeah, I know all that, but what I don't know...
Patience. Now, wait a minute. Corelli, before he was murdered, either had built or built himself a metal mold in the shape of the diamond.
But why?
The morning of the masquerade party, they filled the mold with clear water and froze it solid, probably with the gold chain attached.
Oh,
A few moments before Mrs. Richards presented it to Alice, it was removed from the mold and brought in.
Uh-huh.
When John turned the lights out, she ripped it from the chain and dropped it into the fountain bowl where it melted.
Well, sure. And you figured all that out just because the plush box and the gold chain were cold?
Well, that started me thinking.
Well, it's remarkable.
Huh?
Now, wait a minute. Just tell me one more thing.
What?
That horrible brat, John, he fired 2 shots at you. How did he miss?
How...
I know, it wasn't you at all. It was Superman.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Huh?
Clark, please tell me.
Huh.
Was it you in that costume, or was it Superman?
That, Miss Lane, you'll have to figure out all by yourself.
And so ends The Diamond of Death on The Adventures of Superman, which come to you now each week at this same time over many of these same ABC stations. Listen again next week when Superman solves another baffling mystery adventure. Superman is a copyrighted transcribed feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and brings you radio's most fabulous character in thrilling stories of action, mystery, and adventure. So be sure to listen when you hear the familiar cry.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Okay, that's Superman. Diamond... The Diamond of Death from 1949, The Adventures of Superman. Yeah, so I'm going to play another one, something different in a second. Cabin looks great. I love the A-frame, love the wood paneling, love the windows on the side, the smokestack in the back. Everything about it, I love. What I'm doing right now is I'm building another, like a little island. This is bag 12. I've got 13, 14, 15. So we're almost done. I mean, I'd say by 9 o'clock I'm going to be done, if not sooner. Actually, probably sooner. And then I could talk about the cabin and talk about the city where I'm going to put all that good stuff. And yeah, so right now, and I just showed you, like, I think it looks like an otter, little otter. A lot of little pieces. So building the island where the canoe's going to go. And yeah, let's go ahead and build that. And in the meantime, I'm going to play something. And hello, Kathy, Red, and Anonymous, everybody who stopped in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please. Leave a comment afterwards, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. Yeah, I'll be building and building. Really into these Legos and for a matter of fact, the Fantasy and Funhole. Most people don't want you to put anything else in their Lego city but Legos. But when you got companies coming out now like Fantasy that are bringing out stuff like the bakery and the Sherlock Holmes like modular home. The bakery I put on the corner of the street, and it looks fantastic there. And I am going to have an upcoming video showing all of that and everything. But the cabin, I'm not sure yet where I'm going to place it. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but until I actually pick it up, put it there, and move things around, then I'll figure it out. Is the cabin from the Cabin in the Woods? Oh, no, Anonymous. That would be a cool cabin to build. Somebody said the Evil Dead cabin. That would be cool too. But no, this is just your typical A-frame cabin. Lots of details inside. If you haven't seen the prior two streams, Anonymous, where I put together like a record players inside, potbelly stove, guitars hanging on the wall, all kinds of details on the inside. This is one of the more detailed. It's a smaller cabin, but lots of details on the inside. Really, really cool. I do like it. Red, Dino, did you locate the lumberjack? Retrieve the Lego tree? Yes, I found the lumberjack, and he's sitting at the police station right now in the Lego City, and the tree is back. So there you go. So with that said, the next show I'm going to play is Lego's an old-time radio show, right? I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not sure. Well, listen, Westerns are kind of their own thing when it comes to old-time radio. You like them or you don't, I don't know. But the Cisco Kid, I'm not sure why this isn't as popular as it is. The Cisco Kid is a really fun show, and a lot of times people it don't get as many views as a lot of other things. Listen, nothing gets as many views as detective shows, right? But Cisco Kid, I like this show. It is a Western, but it's action packed, whereas like Gunsmoke is a little more subdued, little laid back with what's going on in the dialogue and all that. Cisco Kid is just a lot of action going on, a lot of funny stuff, kind of a comical Western in a way. But let me play Cisco Kid, The Thief Who Was Robbed, while I start putting together The Island. The Thief Who Was Robbed from 1952. And if you didn't get to see or listen to the stream last night, overnight, I put timestamps in it. I took the time to put the timestamps in it because I put a lot of rare shows up last night. And again, it actually did worse than a lot of my other streams just because I don't know. It was mostly all detectives. There was some Whistler episodes in there. But check out the playlist underneath in the description. There's some really good shows in there that are rare, that I don't hear. But here we go. Cisco Kid, The Thief Who Was Robbed. I like the Cisco Kid. I'm not sure why people,
Here's adventure. Here's romance. Here's the famous Robin Hood of the Old West. Cisco, the sheriff, he is getting closer. This way, Pancho, vámonos. The Cisco Kid. To the exciting story of the Cisco Kid. Bunk McDonald was an unscrupulous man, and he was as sharp in card games as he was in the mortgage business. He operated in a small office in back of the town's one saloon. As our story opens, Bunk has just added one more victim to his long list of card conquests, and his swagger is even more pronounced than usual as he strolls down the board sidewalk with his henchman, Lenny Carter, at his side.
You know, Bunk, I timed you that time. Took you just 20 minutes to clean Morse Wemple of every cent he had.
I could have done it quicker if I'd knowed you were timing me, Lenny. But 20 minutes ain't bad, considering that I got $190 from him.
No Morse sure looked sad when he seen you with all his money. He said that money was to buy grub and clothes for his wife and kids.
Well, it's his fault he got into the game. I don't... Say, ain't that the Oliver gal way down there coming this way?
I reckon so, Bunk. Why?
That's the gal I'm gonna marry, Lenny. Yes, sir. She's the only woman in these parts good enough for me.
Oh, hey, now, wait a minute. That girl's got no use for you, and you know it, Punk. She wouldn't marry you in a million years.
No, I wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you. Remember, I hold the mortgage on that ranch her and her old man live on.
Yeah, but that don't mean a thing. As long as the old man pays you off when the payments come due. He's only got one more payment to make, too.
Here she comes. You just watch me.
Oh, you're making a fool of yourself, Bunk. I'm telling you. Why, she's going...
Shut up. Good day, Miss Oliver.
Will you please not block the way? I'd like to pass.
Well, I just wanted to talk to you, that's all. You ain't in no big hurry the way you come sauntering down the street here.
Mr. McDonald, I'm not in a hurry, but at the same time, I have more to do than to stand here and talk to you. Now, will you please let me pass?
No. Your old man wasn't too highfalutin to come crawling to me when he needed money to finance that spread you're on. So I guess you ain't no better than he is.
He came to you when he didn't know you. When he didn't know how you've cheated the people of this town in card games and in their dealings with you. If he had known you as well as he does now, you can be sure that he would have gotten the mortgage elsewhere. Now let me pass.
You'll wait a minute and listen to me. I'm telling you right here and now that I... Wait, you little vixen. I've got a good notion
I'll be on my way now.
Wow, she sure fetched you a sharp slap across the face, Bunk.
Shut up. I'll get even with her for that if it's the last thing I ever do. Her old man's supposed to make his last payment on the mortgage in 2 days. If he don't, then I'll own that ranch. And I'll marry that gal, too.
What do you mean, if he don't? How can you stop him from paying off?
I don't know, but I'll think of a way. I'll... Say... Didn't he ship cattle to the railhead over to Prescott about a week ago?
Why, yeah, sure. About 300 head.
Luke Johnson, his top hand, would be toting the money he got for that cattle, now wouldn't he?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Now, look here now. Say Luke wasn't to come back with the money. Say something was to happen to him. Then, by thunder, Led Oliver wouldn't have the money to pay me off.
We're getting near the turnoff, Pancho.
We better. Those hombres, they not give up.
Here, take the trail to the left there. Over the apple. Come on there.
Come, Loco. This way, Loco. Come now, Loco. Come.
Right in here, amigo. Oh, hold the apple.
Oh, Loco. Oh, slow down. Slow down for Pancho. Santo. And that's some chase, amigo. They ride fast horses, those hombres. But why they chase us, Cisco?
Who can tell, amigo? They see us go through town. They have nothing to do. They feel like riding, so they chase us. That sheriff will need wings before he can catch us, though. Look at them ride, muchacho.
See, but they not go far without a trail of us. They stop soon, then turn and come back, Pancho, no.
In that case, we had better be moving along then. Come, up, Diablo.
Yeah. Come, Loco, now. You rest long enough. Come now.
We can go west here and get out of the underbrush in another 100 feet. Then we can cut straight across country and lose them.
It sounds easy. Pancho hope it worked that way. Pancho see the clearing now.
I see. Here we are. You'll never find us now, amigo.
Maybe you're right, Cisco. Pancho think it's...
Yeah, what is that lying over there? Santo.
Somebody laying down. Maybe he tired like Pancho. Oh, Loco.
Oh, Diablo.
Now.
That hombre has been shot, Pancho.
See, amigo. Look maybe dead to Pancho.
Pancho?
Huh?
This is Luke Johnson.
Huh?
Madre mia, the foreman of Senor Oliver's rancho.
He dead?
No, he's not dead yet.
Maybe he not. Well, we'd be. We stay here. Look, Cisco. When the Apache, they come back.
Santo, this is bad. Easy, Diablo. Easy. Now we are in trouble. If I know that sheriff, we are going to get the blame for all this, all right? Up, Diablo. This way, Pancho. Vámonos.
There's a body.
Yeah, somebody shot.
You go on and get them 2 men. I'll stop here. Now. Just 200 yards ahead of us. And yet they got the nerve to kill somebody. Why, it's Luke Johnson. You ain't dead anyhow, Luke. Them rats didn't kill you like I thought.
Sheriff, the money. $4,200. Got for steers. It's gone. Gone.
Don't you worry about that now, Luke. The boys will get them sidewinders. Just you lay back now and keep still. I'll fix you up best I can and then get you to the dock in town. Blast that Cisco Kid.
McDonald. Mortgage money ain't due till tomorrow.
Well, nice welcome I get here. Howdy, Miss Jean. I didn't come for the money, Oliver. I come to tell you that Luke Johnson's been shot, and the money he was toting was stole from him.
I don't believe it, Bunk. You're lying to me.
Well, I met the sheriff in town. He was taking Luke to the doctor's. He asked me to come out and tell you. Was Luke carrying much money?
Was he? He had every cent of money he got for the sale of 300 head of cattle. That's how much he had. It's all the money I got in the world.
Is Luke badly hurt?
He'll live, all right. The sheriff knows who done it, and he'll get the skunks, too. It's the Cisco Kid and that fat hombre who rides with him.
Oh, no. Well, the sheriff's wrong. Dad and I know Cisco, and we know he wouldn't do a thing like that.
Of course not.
Well, if that's the best clue the sheriff's got, we'll never get our money back.
Well, maybe not. What about the mortgage money, Oliver? This won't have any bearing on your ability to pay me what you owe tomorrow, will it?
Of course it will. I told you Luke had all the money I own. How can I pay if I haven't got any money?
Well, I wouldn't know. That's your affair, not mine. You got till sundown tomorrow night to pay. Either you pay or I take this ring.
Wait, Bunk. You can't do that. You got to give me an extension. Wait a minute, I say.
Do not plead with him, Senor Oliver. That hombre wants these ranchos.
Hey, Cisco.
Where did you come from? And Pancho?
See, Pancho, too. We saw that hombre arrive, so we came in through the back door, Senorita Jean. So your mortgage is due tomorrow, is it, Senor Oliver?
Yes, it is, Cisco. I'm whipped.
He said that the sheriff is accusing you of shooting and robbing Luke, Cisco.
See, I heard that. As a matter of fact, we saw Luke just a short time after he was shot, but we could not stop for long. The sheriff was chasing us with blood in his eye. Senor Oliver, it's easy to see that hombre wants this rancho for his own.
I wouldn't be surprised, Cisco. He's the biggest crook in the whole territory. Jean had some trouble with him just yesterday in town. She had to slap his face in order to get past him.
Oh?
Yes, but I don't see what that's got to do with this. We'll have to go see Luke right away, Dad. He might be worse off than we think.
That face slapping might have a good bit to do with this, Senorita. It hurts the pride of even skunks to be slapped or kicked.
Only skunks make the very big smell, amigo, if they hurt.
It seems to me that McDonald is doing a pretty good job himself. We're going into town now, Senorita and Senor. By the way, where is McDonald's office?
Why, right in back of the saloon, Cisco. You ain't going there, are you?
I think we will, if that is where McDonald goes. Somebody knows who shot Luke Johnson, and that somebody is the one who has your money.
Slow down, Pancho.
There he is, getting off the horse up in front of the saloon, Pancho.
Hey, Pancho wondered if they got foods in there, Cisco.
We'll have to find that out later. Right now, we are going to follow Bunk McDonald.
Santo, pitch black dark, and we not each other, though. There you go, into the saloon.
And we will go down that alley beside it. I hope the walls of his office are thin so that we can hear, or else there is a window back there.
Them two coyotes are like trying to follow a mole shadow at midnight. No luck, Sheriff. They doubled on their trail so many times he's riding in circles. When it got dark, we figured we might as well come back here.
Confound it. Well, Cisco got away this time, maybe, but we'll get him. We'll get him, I tell you. Either we get that hombre or I turn in my badge.
Hey, Sheriff! Sheriff!
Yeah? Oh, it's you, Watch. Look, I got no time to hear about your feud over fence lines with
I ain't come here to talk about fence lines. You're looking for the Cisco Kid, ain't you?
Huh? What in tarnation do you know about Cisco?
I seen him and that fat one not more'n 5 minutes ago, sneaking down the alley beside the saloon. Not more'n 5 minutes ago.
You sure? You're positive, Arch?
I'm a-telling you, ain't I?
All right. I'll take just 5 of you men along with me. 6 of us ought to be able to handle that critter all right. 5 of us could do it, but I ain't taking no chances.
$4,200 here. Pretty good, Lenny. Pretty good, I'd say.
What are you going to do with it, Bunk? Where'll you keep it?
Why, right in the safe here. You'll sleep here in the office tonight to see that nothing happens to it. And tomorrow I take Oliver's spread away from him, too. Things sure are coming my way, Lenny.
That is right, McDonald. Things are coming your way, including a nice long stay in the jail.
Oh, what's the meaning of this? Can't a man count his own money?
Silencio. We're outside the door and heard the whole conversation. Gather that money up, Pancho.
Si.
Put it back in the bag while I hold the gun on these banditos.
Yes, Cisco, but Pancho wonder how we get these 2 to the jail. And the sheriff might grab us instead.
Oh, no, amigo.
Huh?
We caught the banditos, and we caught them with the evidence. Even that is enough proof for the sheriff.
That is what Cisco thinks. The sheriff may have other ideas. In just a moment, we'll bring you the exciting climax of our story of the Cisco Kid.
Getting there, almost done.
And now, back to the Cisco Kid. Holding the two outlaws at gunpoint, Cisco and Pancho are unaware that the sheriff has been able to pick up Cisco's trail. And as we return to our story, the sheriff and 5 selected men are moving in on their quarry.
Have your guns ready, boys. Those two may be laying back here ready to ambush us.
If they try it, they'll sure wish they hadn't. Well, hey, there's a light in Buck McDonald's office, Sheriff.
Yeah. That's funny at this hour. Wonder what jumping Jehoshaphat. Look in there.
Yeah, what's that? It's them. Look, there's a pile of money on the table. Cisco's holding a gun and Bunk and Lenny Jackman while the fat one scoops the money into a bag.
Just one more thing again, them two varmints. All right, boys. You're going to have a battle on your hands. Jack, you and me'll go through the door first.
Yeah.
The rest of you, back us up and cover us. If Cisco tries anything, jump him. Don't shoot unless you have to. We might kill each other.
But why not wait till they come out, Sheriff?
No, that'd give them too good a chance to get away. Come on now, and be ready.
Right.
Come on. Drop them guns, Cisco. We got you covered.
Now, boy, Sheriff. These kunks were going to kill us.
Let's get them, boy.
Hit me, will you? Take care of Pancho. All right. Wait.
They've had enough, boys. Ease up on them. They quit.
But wait, listen to me, Sheriff.
You got nothing to say that I want to hear, Cisco. Drag them out of here and over to the jailhouse, boys.
But wait. That money there. That is the money McDonald stole after he and that other hombre shot and robbed Luke Johnson.
He's a liar, Sheriff.
You don't need to tell me. Drag them away, boys. If they try anything, use your gun butts on their heads.
He said gun butts.
You not got the wire twisted right yet, Cisco?
No, amigo.
No, huh?
It's a peculiar lock on this cell door. It'll take some time to get it twisted into the right shape to open the lock.
Cisco.
See?
Why we not stay here, amigo? The senor sheriff, he not like us, Pancho, no. But the food he give it here is very good. Why we not stay for a day or so, just to get filled up good, huh?
No, amigo.
No?
Not this time.
You don't like this, huh?
We will soon be in other jails where the food is just as good. We are going to leave here so we can get that Bunk McDonald.
Huh? How we do this? Huh?
Well, just as soon as we get out of here, we are going back to McDonald's office. That hombre he called Lenny will be sleeping there, and we will get in the back window and we will take it. He's coming.
Pancho would rather be back in the jail sleeping.
There. That is well enough. I will go in first. Stay here and watch the outside, amigo.
See.
Not a sound, hombre, or I will choke you. I told you not to try to yell.
I won't. Just let me get my breath.
There. Now then, which one of you shot Luke Johnson?
Neither. Blast you.
Come, talk and talk fast.
Bunk did.
Bueno. Do you know the combination to that safe?
No, can't shot.
Is the money in it?
Yes.
Then I get it myself. Pancho.
How can Pancho come over there? Pancho's stuck in the window.
Come on.
Do not open this window. Why?
First, we're going to tie this hombre up and put him down in the cellar out of the way. Where does that door that lead to, hombre?
Just a closet where the brooms and the mop are kept.
All right. There'll be room enough in there for 3 of us.
3? But if we put this hombre in the cellar, that leave just 2, Pancho think.
After I open this safe and get the money out, I am going to go get the sheriff. And you, amigo, are going to take the money to Senor Oliver. See, and tell him to come here to this office early in the morning, right after McDonald gets here. Sheriff, wake up.
Who in blazes is out there at this hour? What do you...
Open the door quickly, Sheriff. I have something to tell you. It's important.
What is it? Tell me now.
I cannot. It's about the Cisco Kid. Quick.
The Cisco Kid? I'll be right there.
The sheriff is going to be surprised, I think.
Now, what is it? What about Cisco?
Cisco has escaped from jail, Sheriff.
What? Confound that. You, Cisco.
Let's see. Do not try anything, and you will not get hurt, Sheriff.
Blast you, you dirty double-crossing out my arm. You're busting it.
Keep quiet, and I will let you go.
What do you want?
If you had not taken my guns away from me, you would have been able to do this a lot easier. Now, listen, Sheriff. You are coming with me, and we are going to catch the hombre that shot Luke Johnson.
What are you talking about? I know who shot Luke Johnson. You did.
Come, Sheriff. We are going back into the house where you can get dressed and I can get my guns. He's funny, but without my guns, I feel as undressed as you do standing there in your nightshirt. Come, Sheriff.
Come in. Don't stand there trying to bust the door down.
All right, Bunk. We'll come in, thanks.
You, Oliver and Jean.
Good morning, Mr. McDonald.
Oh, what do you want here?
Why, this is the day my mortgage is due, Bunk, remember?
Yeah, of course I remember.
We, come to pay you off.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Hey, now, wait a minute, Oliver. Yesterday you said you didn't have a cent of money. You said you couldn't pay me off. How come you got money to do it now?
Why, I sold 300 head of cattle, Bunk. I got $4,200 for it. Here, look in this bag here.
Wait, where'd you get that money?
Why, I just finished telling you where I got it.
A gun.
Stand right there, both of you. Don't move or I'll shoot.
What are you going to do, Bunk? Oh, opening your safe, huh?
Shut up.
He's opening the safe to put your money in, Dad.
It's gone. I knew it. Listen, Oliver, where'd you get that money? Speak up fast or I'll blow you apart right here and now.
Why, what's the matter with you, Bunk? I told you where I got it.
You got it out of this safe here. That's where you got it. No wonder Lenny wasn't here when I come in this morning. How'd you find out, Oliver? Who told you? And who got the money out of this safe for you?
And you admit you had my money in the safe, eh, Bunk?
Sure, I admit it. I shot Luke Johnson. I admit that, too. Why not? I'm the one who's holding the gun. I shot Luke and took the money from him. And now I'm taking it back from you. And then you and that gal are both coming down into the cellar with me. The walls are thick so nobody can hear the shots when I kill you.
You will kill nobody, McDonald. Drop that gun. You are a very bad shot, McDonald.
No, my arm.
Drop that gun.
You will kill you.
There, that settles him. Now, Sheriff, you have the whole mystery solved.
See, by my Cisco Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon so. But there's still one thing I don't savvy.
See?
Just how in blazes did you get out of that cell in the jail? That was a special lock on that door. Had it put on just for you. Nobody, not even you, was supposed to be able to pick that lock.
Oh, Sheriff, that is one mystery you are going to have to solve for yourself. But the next time you put me in your jail, be sure there is no wire lying around.
Thank you, Cisco. I don't know what Father and I would have done without your help.
Oh, Senorita, it was nothing.
But, Cisco, you almost got into serious trouble yourself.
That was my trouble, Senorita Jean, not yours.
Cisco, you are much too modest. You know what would have happened if you hadn't recovered the money. Father would have lost the ranch, and Oh, Cisco, I don't know what would have happened to me.
There, Senorita, do not cry. Tears do not become one so fair and lovely. You are meant to sing like the little running stream and laugh like the bright, beautiful sun.
I guess it is silly for me to cry, but I'm so happy, Cisco.
Cisco understands, Senorita. Small happiness brings smiles and singing. Sometimes large happiness brings, how we say, tears of joy.
You do understand, don't you, Cisco?
Si, Senorita, I understand. Well, as much as it grieves me, I must go.
Thanks, Cisco. I wish there was some way I could really show you I mean my thanks.
Oh, but there is, Senorita. As Cisco rides away into the sunset, he would carry with him one sweet, tender memory of the Senorita. A memory that no one could steal from him.
What is that, Cisco?
This, senorita.
Oh, Cisco.
Oh, senorita.
Oh, Cisco, the horses, they weigh.
Oh, Pancho.
Cisco,
Si, Pancho?
while you in the store buying supplies, you found you see Charlie Bennett, amigo.
Charlie Bennett?
Yeah.
Oh, the hombre who cooks at the Double Circle Rancho, eh?
He not cooks. He cooked.
Oh? You mean he does not work there anymore?
No.
Well, did he quit?
No, he get fired.
Fired?
Uh-huh.
Madre mia, why?
He gets fired because he tried to help out the Senor Allison, the rancho owner.
He tried to help Bill Allison and he got fired? I do not get that.
Neither do Pancho, but is it true? And that's what Charlie tell Pancho.
Well, how did it happen, muchacho?
Well, the Senor Allison, he out playing cards the other night. He come home very late.
See?
Well, the Senor Allison, she asked the Senor Allison what time he come home. He say he not know.
See, but what about Charlie Bennett?
Pancho come to this. Then the Senora, she asked Charlie what time the Senor come home. And Charlie, he helped the Senor very much.
Oh, what did he say?
Why, he say he's so busy cooking the breakfast, he not notice the clock.
Oh. What did the senorita do then?
She hit him over the head with a hot frying pan. He cooked.
Oh, Pancho.
Oh, Cisco.
And so ends another exciting adventure with O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the West, the Cisco Kid.
Okay, Cisco Kid. Yeah, I like the Cisco Kid. I think it's fun. Definitely fun. Definitely fun. Yeah, I finished the island part of this. We've got a little frog in there that's a Lego thing. They like to hide frogs and all kinds. There's an otter. I'm getting ready to, and these are like little mushroom toadstools and stuff, flowers, plants, and all that. And I'm getting ready to make the tree, which is going to go here. And we're getting there. We're almost done. I think after this, I make this. We just got the leaves, and then then I'm kind of done. Woo! And then onto the bank. So I'm also trying to find something I could play that's a little different. Somebody wanted the shadow. Maybe I can play the shadow. Yeah, so maybe I'll do a shadow. Let's see. Chris says, last night I watched Being the Ricardos about Lucy and Desi. It was so good. Lucille Ball was a genius. Very cool. Yeah, Netflix has come out with a lot of, I don't know if that's where you watched it or not, but Netflix has come out with a lot of very cool documentaries on some of our favorite actors, actresses, bands, comedians, all kinds of it. They got a Netflix is the place to go for documentaries, I think. A lot of really cool stuff. Hulu does too. Thanks, JLR. Appreciate that. I need some Where That Wild the Booze Gunsmoke was. You know, I never watched Gunsmoke. I think I caught glimpses of it when I was a kid, but I never watched Gunsmoke. So that's... Yeah, I know there's a lot of Gunsmoke fans and stuff, but listen, I never watched Wild Wild West until Dave said, let's start reviewing Wild Wild West episodes, and they're fantastic. They're great. Hey, Horror Junkie for Life, what is going on? Good to see you. Being the Ricardos is on Tubi. It stars Nicole Kidman. It stars Nicole Kidman? I might have to... Does Nicole Kidman play Lucille Ball? Huh, I might have to check that out. But yeah, I'm getting close to it, so let me see. Tubi, huh? Okay. You know, and again, I'll try holding this up the best I can at the very end here. But yeah, it's pretty much just the leaves, a few more things. 2 more bags, 14 and 15, and I'm almost done with 13 here. So let me play an episode of The Shadow. I think this one's good quality. Let me hear. If it's not, I will switch. The Bride of Death. Let me. Gotta make sure it sounds good.
The Shadow knows.
Okay, good one.
Again, Blue Coal Dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow. Mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The Bride of Death. The Shadow begins his exciting adventure in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'd like to make a suggestion to all you homeowners. To protect your family's health and save real money in the bargain, burn Blue Coal. For Blue Coal gives you uniform, helpful, economical heat all winter long. Its harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of better heat at less cost. So when you're buying fuel, insist on Blue Coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest hard coal. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow.
Who are you? What do you want at Casa Monte at this hour of the night?
May I come in?
Oh, all right.
I'm the Reverend Colby from the fishing village below. I want to see Mrs. Ackley.
She has retired. Come tomorrow.
I must see her tonight.
Why?
My daughter Isabel is here. She's Mrs. Ackley's companion, but I've come to take her home.
Ah, the girl Isabel. She does not wish to leave.
I've come to fetch her. I'm a man of the cloth, a man of peace, but I will not leave without her. Let me by.
Parker, Matar, visitor, stop him.
Yes, master, as you command. Let go of me. Take your hands off me, you heathen devils.
Put him out. Keep him out.
Wait.
Mrs. Ackley.
I will see him. How dare you break into my house this way, Reverend Colby?
Because I will not have my daughter stay in a house that harbors evildoers, Mrs. Ackley. There's talk in the village of heathen rites performed by this man who calls himself Prophet of the Ancient One. This man you've brought to a Christian place from some Asiatic sinkhole of the godless.
Be careful how you speak in the presence of the prophet.
You mean that man there?
Yes, Minister. I am the prophet.
Prophet, where is my daughter Isabel? She is leaving this house on the cliff tonight.
Tell Reverend Colby she does not wish to go.
I...
Tell him, Mrs. Ackley.
Your daughter Isabel does not wish to go. Good night, Reverend Colby.
I do not believe you. Let me see her. Let her tell me herself.
She does not wish to see you. Get beyond the iron gates quickly, for in 5 minutes my servants will release my trained guardians.
I'm not afraid of that unholy pack of Black Panthers of yours.
They are dangerous, Minister. Trained in my native land. Trained to hunt and kill animals or men. Go now.
Very well. I'm going, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
Prophet, why do the panthers scream?
It is an omen of death.
Whose death? Tell me. The future is so plain to you. Tell me who is going to die.
I see the minister, Reverend Colby, standing in the pulpit of his church, turning the simple fishing folks against you, Mrs. Ackley.
Reverend Colby is going to die. But how?
The wrath of the Ancient One will strike him down with the voice of thunder and the tongue of fire.
Your sins are
ago this night, I went to Mrs. Ackley's house on the cliff to bring my own daughter, Isabel Colby, home. But I could not see her, could not speak to her. She is lost to me, and therefore let my own sorrow be a warning to those of you in this village whose sons and daughters may go to that house of the devil, to this man who dares desecrate the name of prophet. Now, let us offer a prayer for the mistress of Casamane. Though rich in worldly goods and worldly knowledge, and so long one of us, kindly and generous until of late, and now ailing in mind and spirit, who hath turned from God to follow the pathway of a disciple of Satan. Let us pray. We beseech thee, have mercy on this poor lost one who has strayed from the fold.
Yeah, what more can you say about Dark Shadows? I mean, you gotta see it.
And so in the midst of those who perished with him, and whom he loved so well, we return the body of our beloved minister, Reverend Colby. Return him to the earth, ashes unto ashes, dust unto
This is a Dark Shadow episode. Almost has a silent horror film feel to it.
Well, here we are, Margot.
Yes, but where, Lamont? The fog's so thick I can't see a thing.
This is the little village where the Reverend Colby and 10 of his parishioners were killed by a mysterious explosion in his church.
Oh, that was horrible. But, Lamont, it happened days ago. What can we do?
Murder has been committed, Margot. Wholesale murder, and the killer or killers are still at large.
But according to the newspaper report...
Yes, I know. The paper said the authorities have been unable to uncover a possible motive. Investigation is hampered by the refusal of the fisher folk of this quaint little village to cooperate.
Perhaps they're afraid to talk, Lamont.
Yes, it's surprising what superstition can do.
What about this rich Mrs. Ackley you were talking about, Lamont? Where does she fit into the picture?
I don't know, Margot. All I know is that about 3 months ago she returned from the Far East with a man who calls himself the Prophet. This man claims to be the leader of a cult worshipping a deity known as the Ancient One.
Is there such a cult?
There was, but it was stamped out nearly 5 centuries ago because its ceremonies and rituals included human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice?
Yes.
Oh, how horrible. Then you think there is a connection between this so-called prophet, the destruction of this Christian church, and the murder of Reverend Colby?
Margot, I don't know. I'm going into that cottage down the road. There are some Christians.
I'll wait in the car. Oh, that awful foghorn. It gives me the creeps.
You'll be safe here, Margot, but don't get out of the car.
All right.
Now, Lamont Cranston and the Shadow are going to find out something more about this mystery of the house on the cliff.
Someone's at the door. Don't answer.
And why not, Marthy? You think it's a ghost from the marshes or that devil from the cliff house? Who's there?
Don't open the door, Seth.
Stranger, I've lost my way in the fog.
Well, tell him there's but one road back to the mainland.
Leave this to me, Marthy. Where are you heading for, stranger?
Can you tell me how to get to Mrs. Ackley's place, Casamane?
Yes, I could, but I won't.
Wait, don't close the door. I'd like to ask a few questions.
Questions, huh? Well, ask them, but I'll not warrant an answer to anybody going to that house.
You needn't be afraid of me.
I am Captain Seth. 50 years I've sailed before the mast, and I'm not afeard of man, devil of the sea. Who be you?
I'll tell you this much, Captain Seth.
Yes?
I'm here to put an end to the thing that made your wife afraid to let you open this door.
I can't see you out there in the dark, but...
Seth.
Huh?
Those panthers. They've come down the village again.
What? Panthers? Whose are they?
The prophets. Step into the house, stranger. They'll tear a man to pieces. Well, what ails you, Marthy?
The blue light. It's him coming in the gate. He always carries...
Well, let him come. Get in the house, stranger. Well, Murphy, there's nobody here. Where is that fella gone? He was here a second ago.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he run for it. Then, what do you suppose that prophet fella wants of us?
Get away from the door, Murphy. I'll deal with him.
Good evening, my good captain.
Stop where you be. I'll not have the likes of you in my house.
A stranger came here. His car is down the road. The spirit of the Ancient One told me of his coming. Who was the stranger? Where has he gone?
To all your questions, I'll give you one answer. Get your howling beasts and your heathen godless self back to the house on the cliff, or I'll throw you to the very door of Hades.
No man threatens the prophet.
Get out!
Very well, Captain. Since you will not tell me, I will find him. My servants are watching his car. We will find him.
He'll need all the unearthly powers you claim to find a man in this fog. Good night.
I'll find him. He can't be far away.
No. Not far away, but close to you. In the dark shadows and the swirling mist.
Who speaks?
I am looking for a man with blood on his hands. The blood of a minister and 10 innocent people he murdered.
Are you a man hiding in the fog?
Do not try so hard to pierce the fog. You cannot see me, for I am the shadow.
The shadow. A voice without physical presence. Only a voice. No, my friend. In my native India, such things are known. But not here.
The powers of mesmerism have spread beyond the gray monastic walls of the yogi priests. Modern science has advanced their ancient art.
Perhaps. But I am still stronger than you. Strong enough to do what I have set out to do.
And what is that?
I will not tell you, Shadow. And no one, not even you with your borrowed powers, shall stand in my way, for I am the prophet. Prophet of the Ancient One.
Master, the stranger, he does not return to the automobile, but a young woman is there waiting for him.
So, could it be, Shadow, that you are the stranger we seek, that your companion waits for you? Aka.
Yes, Master.
Go quickly, I will follow. Seek the girl. She will be useful to us. Very useful. If I cannot reach the Shadow, I can reach his companion.
Yes, Master. Matau and the Panther's watcher. She will not escape.
Do you hear, Shadow?
Yes, I hear.
Save her if you can. You say you are a man. If that is true, then my panthers will smell you out whether they can see you or not. There's the car. Aka, seize the girl.
Matau is the girl. Matana low.
Cover him up, you fools. Take her to the house on the cliff. We will keep her with Isabel Colby. She shall be tortured until she tells us what she knows.
At the beginning of this program, I made you a suggestion. To protect your family's health and save real money in the bargain, burn blue coal. Now, here's the reason for blue coal's superiority. This fine home fuel is selected Pennsylvania anthracite, an American product mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company. And anthracite supplies clean, uniform, healthful heat from cellar to attic, burned steadily, completely, down to a fine, powdery ash. So you see, anthracite combines all of the essentials necessary for perfect heating results. What's more, anthracite is the fuel that furnaces, parlor stoves, and cooking ranges in this part of the country were especially designed to burn. And the cream of all anthracite is blue coal. No wonder it is the largest selling brand of solid fuel in America. No wonder blue coal sales in Auburn, New York this winter show a 15% increase over sales for the same period a year ago. Blue coal is especially prepared for home use. Every carload is laboratory tested for purity and uniform size before shipment from the mine. And every piece of blue coal is trademarked with an unmistakable blue tint so that you can identify it at a glance. So when you're buying from Auburn, New York homeowners, ask for Blue Coal by name. You can get it in 4 popular home sizes: egg, stove, chestnut, and pea. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. You'll find him listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Why did the prophet's servants bring you here to Mrs. Astley's house?
I don't know. But who are you, and why are they keeping you locked up in this room?
Oh, I'm Isabel Colby. My father was Reverend Colby, the minister of the little fishing village down the cove. He's dead. They've murdered him.
Yes, I know. But you, why are you here?
I used to be Mrs. Ackley's companion and secretary before she brought this man, the prophet, to the house. But now, that Hindu has some sort of hold over her mind. He calls her a high priestess, and she let him lock me up in here.
Oh, how terrible, Miss Colby. What is happening in this house to Mrs. Ackley and to you?
Oh, I don't know. It has something to do with a ceremony that the prophet says he and Mrs. Ackley must perform. The climax of some strange religious ritual they go through day after day in Mrs. Ackley's private chapel. He's changed it into a place he calls the Temple of the Ancient One. This morning, he came here and said, I'm to be what he calls the bride of death. They're going to take me to that temple tonight.
Do you know why?
Yes. To kill me.
Oh, no.
Mrs. Ackley, as the high priestess, is going to sacrifice me to that horrible deity they worship.
Don't give up hope, Isabel. There's still a chance we'll get out of this place, both of us. Oh, Lamont, why don't you come before it's too late? Maybe this is...
Aka, unlock the door.
Don't let them take me. Don't.
Isabel Colby, the time has come. The high priestess is waiting to perform her ceremony in the temple of the ancient.
No.
Masawa. Yes, master. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Tell the high priestess to prepare the girl and herself for the wedding of death. Come. My master commands.
No. I won't get your hands off me, Colby.
Seize the strange girl.
Let go of me.
Yes, master. I kill her now. No. Masawa. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Wait there for me. Prepare the sacred fires. Purify the sword of the Ancient One. The sacrificial altar is ready. And death is waiting for his bride. Yes, master.
No, you're going to murder me like you murdered my father.
Now, strange girl, I will deal with you.
No, Prophet. You will deal with me. The Shadow.
Thank heavens you've come.
You, the Shadow here? How? There are panthers chained at every door.
It was easy, Prophet.
Oh, I knew the shadow would come. I knew he couldn't be far away.
Oh, you do know this Shadow. This slinking coward who fears to show himself, who hides himself in the shadows.
Shadow, the prophet is going to kill Reverend Colby's daughter. He's going to make Mrs. Ackley kill her in some fantastic ceremony.
Yes. In a few minutes you will be dead and you cannot stop it.
Clever scheme. You've numbed the failing mind of Mrs. Ackley with drugs. Made her do your will, sign a fortune over to you.
Your knowledge will not help you now, Shadow.
You plan to have Mrs. Ackley commit murder, turn her over to the police, blame her for the death of Reverend Colby, and with her fortune in your hands, discard your role of prophet and disappear.
You are clever, Shadow. Yes, that is my plan. It is a pity such a mind as yours will soon be lost to the world. Within an hour, after Mrs. Ackley has obligingly murdered the girl Isabel, this house will burn. A tank of gasoline in the cellar will explode. And this will be the funeral pyre of the Shadow and his beautiful young companion. But I must go now. They are waiting for me.
You are not going through that door. It is locked.
You lie. It is. Aka! Stop!
They cannot hear you. They're waiting for you in the temple, and I have the key to the door.
You are not too clever, Shadow. Give me the key to the door or I shoot this girl.
Take that gun away from her head.
Throw the key upon that table, quick.
Don't give him the key. I'm not afraid of him.
I shall count to 3, Shadow. If I don't get the key, it's a pity. But this beautiful girl shall die. 1.
You wouldn't.
2. 3. Ah. You are wise, Shadow.
You fiendish devil.
Oh, Lamont, are you all right?
Yes, but I'm afraid I knocked the prophet out cold. Margot, take that key. Get out of here. Down the hall. There's a door. Take the prophet's gun. Drive to that cottage I visited tonight. Get Captain Zest to call the villagers. Tell them they can help to avenge the murder of their friend.
What are you going to do? They may kill Isabel before I can get help.
Never mind. You hurry and get help.
All right, I'll go. I'll get Captain Zest to round up the people of the village, and then I'll come back.
Very well, Margot. I may need your help. Come back to this room.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Lamont.
Yes, Margot?
I saw Captain Zest. The people of the village are coming. He's calling them together.
You can't wait for him, Margot. Beyond that door, at the head of the stairs, Death is waiting for Isabel Colby. The prophet's followers are there awaiting his appearance.
But the prophet's still lying here unconscious on the floor.
Nevertheless, he will not disappoint them.
Last
I
one.
don't understand.
Margot, I'm going to ask you to do a very dangerous thing. I want you to put on the prophet's robe, cover your face with a hood, and walk in there as the prophet.
Oh, very well. I'll do anything I can. You know that.
Do not show your face till you reach the altar. Don't speak. Keep close to Isabel Colby. Watch Mrs. Ackley and leave the rest to me.
Yes, Lamont. I understand. I'm ready.
Metanalo, estilasi calavera, metanalo, sadamos. O ancient one, vision of eternal life, before thy altar the youthful maiden waits. Thy ancient sword, her spirit, to release unto thine own. Her blood is pledged, her soul is thine. Metanalo etilasi, calavera sadamor. All is in readiness, master. Metawa, look. The hood covers the master's face. The hour has come for the ritual to begin. See, master. The girl Isabel is lashed to the altar of the Ancient One. The sacred fires burn in the jeweled torches. All is in readiness, master. All as you have commanded. Metawa, bring Mrs. Ackley. Prepare her to make the sacrifice.
I am ready. Ready to do the will of the prophet. To plunge this sword into the girl's heart. But I am afraid. Take the drug to give me strength. Will to do the things you have told me I must do. If I am to be high priest to the ancient one.
Well, I certainly didn't fix this audio, that's for sure.
It is strange. The master does not speak. Does not answer us. He goes to the shrine alone. Wait. He turns. He is lifting the hood of his robes. Akka, look. It is not the prophet. It is a beautiful girl. It is the strange girl. The one the master stayed below to... What has happened to our master? Why do you wear the robes of the prophet?
Akka, Metawa, you have been tricked. The man you serve as a god is a rogue, a charlatan, a pagan.
That voice, Metawa. That is not the voice of the prophet. It is not the strange girl speaking. See, her lips have not moved.
No. It is the voice of the shadow.
The shadow. The master warned us to beware of the shadow, Akka. Matawa. The master must be dead. The shadow has killed him.
Prophet, the time has come. I must drive this sword into the heart of the bride of death. I will not fail.
Don't do it. They're tricking you, making you murder me. Then they'll kill you.
No.
They'll kill you.
No, I shall be a high priestess. I shall live forever like the prophet, like the ancient one.
Mrs. Ackley! Mrs. Ackley! Drop that sword. Drop that sword, Mrs. Ackley. Drop it, I say.
Drop the sword. Yes, drop the sword. Oh,
Akka, look. This shadow has broken the master's power over this woman.
I am free now. Free of this spell. Oh, what have I done?
He is stronger than the master. We must escape. We must get away.
You will never get away, never leave this house.
Okay. The tower. The prophet. The girl wearing my robes. Throw your knives. Kill her. Kill her, I command you. No. No, prophet. We obey you no more. Obey me. You make us kill. Say you are the true prophet of the Ancient One. You defy me. Don't. Drop the knife. See? The blood runs in his veins. He tells us he cannot die. Now we shall see.
You fools. Now. Now the shadow will destroy you.
He is dead. The shadow spoke the truth in the tower. He was not the true prophet. The true prophet of the Ancient One was blessed with life. Everlasting.
You were right, Aka.
Quick, we must get away. Away from this shadow.
You cannot escape for long. Your sins will find you out.
Oh,
Isabel! Isabel!
Oh,
Colby, you're
yes,
safe.
thanks. Oh, thank you. Won't you tell me who you are?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I must remain anonymous until my work is finished. I will have to continue being known only as the Shadow.
Now here is John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert, with a few words of heating advice for you.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. During the month of March, when the weather is very changeable, a cold spell and a warm spell, some homeowners get the impression that they're economizing on fuel by putting only a little coal on the furnace fire during milder days. As a matter of fact, that is one of the surest ways to actually waste fuel. Shallow fires burn coal quickly, have a tendency to go out easily, can't deliver sufficient heat, and make repeated refueling necessary. The truly economical way to fire a furnace is to keep a deep fire bed at all times. It should always be up to a level with the bottom of the fire door. In mild weather, if you like, you can leave a little heavier layer of ash on the grates. This will keep the fire burning very slowly, yet keep enough coal burning to provide sufficient heat should the outside temperature drop suddenly. Let me impress you with this important point. After putting fresh coal on the fire, be sure to leave an exposed spot of live coals directly in front of your fire door. The hot spot will act as a pilot light and ignite the gases that come up from fresh coal. Allow these gases to become ignited before checking the fire. If you follow this method of firing throughout the changeable March weather, you will get the utmost in efficiency and economy from your furnace. However, if you still have difficulty in properly heating your home, call your nearest blue coal dealer and ask him to send a John Barclay serviceman to inspect your furnace. This service is free to blue coal customers. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. And friends, don't fail to take advantage of the free John Barclay service. Phone your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow.
Free John Barclay.
I've just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in The Shadow.
Free John Barclay. I never heard of that before, but hey, CM, good to see you in there. Almost done. I think I'll play one more episode while I finish up a few leaves, and then I'm kind of done with this. I've got to make 3 more of these and a couple more leaves, and then I'm done. Let's see. Is there a 15-minute episode of anything, or do I got to play a half hour? Let's see. Well, I could play a half hour. How about I go ahead and just go do another... I'll do another Superman, and then when the Superman episode's done, I will finish talking about the cabin and the build and everything like that. And because I'm almost done, I should be done in like 15 minutes. So here we go. Mystery of the Mechanical Monster from 1949. The Adventures of Superman. Here we go.
Faster than a speeding bullet. more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. The Adventures of Superman.
When the planet Krypton, home of a race of supermen, exploded into dust, the sole survivor was an infant boy who had been shot to Earth in a sealed rocket. Today, that boy, grown to manhood, is known as Superman, sworn enemy of the forces of evil. To aid him in his never-ending fight for truth and justice, he masquerades as Clark Kent, crime reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper. His secret is carefully guarded. No one is aware that Kent is Superman. No one but you. Join with us now on ABC as Superman matches his amazing strength against a mindless creature of cold steel in an exciting transcribed adventure entitled The Mystery of the Mechanical Monster.
It's getting creepy, Barry. The pretty hands starting to get creepy. Maybe step back from that.
Man has ever sought to conquer the elements, to harness the unlimited forces of nature. He has thrown great dams across wide rivers and tapped the energy in their raging torrents. He has bridled the wind and given himself silver wings. He has captured and stored the heat of the sun and the moisture of the rain. Yes, he has even split the atom, for better or for worse. These things man has done, and more. But it is not enough. It is not enough that he has mastered the wind and the water, the sun and the rain. He strives to master life itself, to give to things of stone and wood and steel the power to think and reason and live. This is the story of one such man, the story of a mindless dream come true, the story of a mechanical monster. It is noon at the corner of First and Main Streets in the heart of the city of Metropolis. Office workers on their way to lunch crowd the curbstones waiting for the traffic lights to change. Suddenly, a woman screams, then another, and another. A wave of panic and pandemonium sweeps over the crowd as they fall back from the intersection. For there, almost in the center of Main Street, a 200-pound iron manhole cover has been tossed aside like a poker chip, and the gleaming metal head and shoulders of a huge mechanical monster can be seen emerging from the dark depths of the sewer. The shocking, almost unbelievable news travels like wildfire by radio.
5,000 people were eyewitnesses today to the startling appearance of a mechanical monster.
By newsboy.
Extra, read all about it. Mechanical monster loose in city.
By word of mouth.
Hey, I seen it. I seen it, I tell you. I seen it with my own two eyes.
Meanwhile, at the offices of the Metropolis Daily Planet, Clark Kent, who is in reality Superman, is closeted with Perry White, editor of the paper.
5,000 people can't be crazy, Chief.
Who said so?
Well, after all...
You remember that thing on the radio 10 or 12 years ago?
What?
That Orson Welles Man from Mars scare?
Oh, that...
Why people deserted their homes, went out of their minds.
Yeah, but this is a little different, Chief. The people at First and Main Street saw this thing. They all saw it, mind you. Not 1, 2, 3, or 4, but all of them. The traffic cop, the sales girl, the executive, the housewife, everybody.
Mass hysteria.
Oh, Chief, did mass hysteria lift that iron manhole cover?
Now listen, Kent.
Just a minute. Did mass hysteria smash in the radiator of the car that hit the monster?
I don't know.
Of course it didn't. All the eyewitness accounts tally.
They do not.
What?
One man said it was made of metal. Another said it was made of painted wood. Another said it was a giant in a suit of armor.
I know, but this much they all agree on. They saw the head and shoulders of a huge creature coming out of the sewer opening. A car hit it and it dropped out of sight.
Then how come the police found no trace of it when they searched the sewer?
Well, by the time they got there, it was gone.
Gone where? Back to its hotel room? Oh. Or maybe to the drugstore for a chocolate mullet. After all, even a monster has to eat, you know.
Chief, you've heard of the mechanical brain.
Well, what about it?
Well, it can add, subtract, multiply, and divide up into the millions.
But it can't walk through a sewer, and it can't stick its head out of an open manhole, and it can't disappear into thin air.
Well, maybe someone has invented one that can.
Maybe you've been going to too many Boris Karloff movies.
Now, look,
forget it, Kent. Forget it. Something like this always pops up. If it isn't flying discs, it's...
Mr. White!
How many times have I told you not to barge in here without knocking?
Couldn't help it. This just came over the police teletype.
What is it, Beanie?
I'll take it. Great Caesar Scopes.
What happened, Chief?
They've cornered the mechanical monster in Pines Bridge Park.
Inspector Henderson.
Oh, hello, Kent. Hey, close your men in on the south side, Riley. Yes, sir. Keep that circle tight.
What's the story, Inspector?
Oh, Kent, don't bother me now, will you, please? Malone, get those tear gas guns off that truck and move fast. Oh, what am I talking about anyway? What good is tear gas against a mechanical monster?
Are you sure he's in the park, Inspector?
What? Yes, I'm sure. Hey, keep those searchlights moving, men.
Who saw him, Inspector?
Oh, Kent, in the name of heaven, please. Yeah, what is it?
A girl broke through the line in the bandstand.
Wait a minute. I can't understand a word you're saying.
The girl broke through the line up near the bandstand. She broke through. She ran right into the center of the park.
She what?
Well, we didn't have a chance to stop her. Before we knew it was happening, we lost her in the dark.
You mean to tell me that there's a girl in there now with that monster?
Yeah, she must be crazy.
Oh, good heavens. Look, pass the word along. Tell the men to watch their fire. All I need now is to have one of them put a bullet in the girl.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, Inspector.
Kent, instead of standing there telling me not to worry, why don't you get your friend Superman in on this thing? If ever we needed him, we need him now.
Inspector, no sooner said than done. See you later.
Melting into the darkness behind the battery of high-powered searchlights, Clark Kent swiftly makes the transformation from the mild-mannered, bespectacled reporter to his true role of Superman. Then, leaping high into the air, the only human being who numbers among his other amazing powers the power of flight, hovers like some great red and blue bird above the park, his sharp, all-seeing eyes piercing the darkness below, a darkness made more fantastic by searching fingers of light. Suddenly, he spots his quarry. Turning in midair, every muscle in his powerful body tense and taut, he swoops down like a diving hawk and lands on a tree-bordered path. Directly in front of him, lumbering up the path like some huge creature spawned in the dark horror of a nightmare, is the mechanical monster. And held close in its arms, hard against the cold, riveted steel of its massive chest, is a young girl. Slowly, foot by foot, moving with the clumsy, stiff-legged gait of a mindless thing, the monster closes the gap between itself and Superman. A shrill, high-pitched whine, almost like the eerie threnody of a lost soul, comes from its shapeless slit of a mouth. And the two purplish-blue bulbs that serve as its
All
eyes
done.
flicker on and off like ghostly signal lights. Puzzled and uncertain, facing a new kind of menace, Superman hesitates as the towering creature bears down upon him. How can he stop it, do battle with it, without injuring the girl? The answer comes from an unexpected source, the girl herself.
Don't try to stop him.
I've got to stop him. He'll kill you if I don't.
No, please. You don't understand. He's all right now.
The police have the park surrounded. He can't get through.
Call him off. Tell him to go away. He won't hurt anyone now unless they try to stop him. Please, you must believe me.
Who are you? What's your name?
Carol Martin. I'll explain everything when this is over.
All right. Get in touch with Clark Kent at the Daily Planet.
I will. Now, please, don't let the police try to stop him.
I'll do my best.
But Superman, look, that girl must be out of her mind.
I don't think so, Inspector. She seemed to be controlling the monster. He had her in his arms, but she wasn't hurt or afraid.
Well, then I'm going out of my mind.
Will you call off your men?
Look, what if she is crazy? What if that monster goes berserk?
I don't think he will. It's worth the chance, Inspector.
All right. But heaven help us if we're wrong.
Yes.
Governor Landry calling, Mr. White.
I'll put him on. Hello, Governor. Yes, Governor, yes, I know. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yes, you can be sure I will. Right. Oh, now what?
Commissioner Flynn at the State Police, sir.
All right, put him on. Hello? Yes, this is Perry White. Yes, I know all about it. I'm trying to locate him now. I said I'm trying to locate him now. What would you like me to do? Hang myself? Well, that's too bad. Go ahead, Commissioner. Go as high as you like. Loudmouth, smart aleck. No more calls. I don't want to talk to anyone. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Where is that Clark Kent?
You looking for me, Chief?
Looking for you? Looking for you? Well, whatever gave you that quaint idea? Why should I be looking for you? Why?
Remember your blood pressure, Chief.
They wouldn't convict me. No, they couldn't possibly convict me. It would be justifiable homicide.
What would be justifiable homicide?
If I throttled you with my bare hands, if I cut you up into little pieces and fed you to the fishes.
Obviously, I've done something wrong.
Wrong? You've done something wrong, did you say? Oh, no, heaven forbid. How could you do anything wrong?
All right, out with it. What have I done?
No, you don't know, do you?
Frankly, no.
You don't know that you let the biggest story of the year slip through your fingers. You don't know that with the help and cooperation of that muscle-bound friend of yours, that empty-headed, addle-pated, thick-necked Lanta George Oaf, who calls himself Superman, you don't know that with his kind assistance, you managed not only to miss a sensational story, but you also succeeded in throwing this city into panic and bringing the wrath of heaven down on my head.
Is that all?
Is that all? Is that all? Isn't it enough that people are cowering behind locked and bolted doors? Isn't it enough that the entire city is in panic? Isn't it enough that I've had frantic calls from the mayor, the governor, the president of the city council, and the commissioner of the state police?
Because Superman didn't capture the mechanical monster?
No, because the moon is made of green cheese. Now, what do you think?
I explained it all to the rewrite men when I phoned in.
You explained what?
Why Superman couldn't stop the monster. Why he talked Inspector Henderson into calling off the police.
And that's another thing. Poor Henderson. He's a nervous wreck. Everybody's got him on the carpet.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but
Then who cares whether you're sorry or not? What I want to know and what I want to know fast is, where is that mechanical monster?
Well,
now, wait a minute. Before you answer, if you say you don't know, you can turn around fast, walk out of here, and never come back. Kent, where are you going?
Just following orders.
You close that door and come back here. Close it like that.
Well?
Well, what?
You called me back.
Kent, oh, I'm an old man. I'll be 61 in April. Now, let me live my few remaining years in peace and quiet. Don't take my heart out.
I'm sorry, Chief.
You don't have to be sorry. Just tell me one thing. Where's that mechanical monster?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? If you don't, then Superman does, and I warn you, Kent, unless you tell me. Who is it?
It's me, Mr. White.
It's Beanie.
Go away.
What I gotta tell you?
Go away, I said.
Hold it, Chief. Hold it. You'll scare the life out of the poor kid. What is it, Beanie?
There's a lady in the reception room waiting to see you, Mr. Kent. She's awful nervous.
What's her name, Beanie?
Miss Margit.
Carol Margit. Send her in, Beanie.
Okay, Mr. Kent.
Now, maybe we'll find out what you want to know.
Close that door.
Wait till we get her in here.
Get who in here?
Carol Margit.
Who's Carol Margit?
The girl with the monster.
I don't believe it. Kent, if this is another of your tricks...
Step right in, man.
Oh, Miss Margit?
Yes.
I'm Clark Kent.
How do you do?
How do you do? This is Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet.
How do you do?
Are you the girl who broke through the police lines and found the monster?
Please don't call him that.
I don't care what you call him. Are you the girl?
Yes, I am.
Well, sit down, please.
Thank you.
Well, you better sit down, too, Chief, before you fall down.
Huh? Oh, yes. Yes.
Now, Miss Margit.
Wait a minute, Kent. Let's get a stenographer in here. We want her story word for word.
No, please. I can't tell you anything.
Now, look here, young lady.
Hold it, Chief.
What do you mean, hold it? She's got to be made to understand the spot we're in.
Why did you come here, Miss Margit, if you didn't plan to clear up the mystery?
I made a promise to Superman.
But you also said you'd explain everything.
Yes, I know, but I can't.
Why not?
Chief, please.
Don't Chief please me. She's got to talk. It's her public duty. If she doesn't, I'm going to turn her over to the police.
It won't happen again. I promise you it won't.
No, that's not enough. The people of this city have a right to an explanation. Where's the monster now?
Please, I ask you.
All right. The thing. Where is it?
I can't tell you.
Kent, this is ridiculous, and I'm not going to put up with it.
Oh, Chief, listen.
No, I'm not going to take the responsibility or the criticism for letting her get away with this.
Yes, Mr. White?
Get me Inspector Henderson.
No, Chief, don't. You're making a mistake.
Hold on a minute. Why am I making a mistake?
We haven't given Miss Margit a chance. Now, I'm sure she'll be willing to tell us why she can't give us a full explanation.
What about that young lady?
certainly go that far, Miss Margaret.
Well,
Yes.
forget the call. All right. Now, let's have it.
If I tell you, will you be satisfied?
Well, it all depends.
What Mr. White means is that your reason must be good. After all, it isn't every day that a huge mechanical man tramps the streets of the city.
I told you it won't happen again.
It happened once, and that's enough. Why won't you tell us about it?
You must have a reason, Miss Margaret.
I have.
What is it?
I can't tell you unless you promise never to breathe it to a soul.
I won't promise anything of the kind. We're not playing a game here, miss. This is a matter of public safety.
Well, now, let's clear something up. As I understand it, Miss Margaret, what you've agreed to do is tell us why you feel you can't explain the existence of the mechanical man and your connection with it. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're asking us to keep that reason confidential.
Yes.
Well, Chief, I think we can go along with that.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, with this understanding. If we don't think Miss Margaret's reason is strong enough, we still reserve the right to refer the entire matter to the police without revealing her confidence.
That suits me.
Miss Margaret?
You don't leave me much choice. All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I want this horrible nightmare forgotten forever. It's because the mechanical man...
Yes?
The mechanical man is my father.
We'll be back for the startling solution to the mystery of the mechanical monster in just a moment. But first, here is your ABC announcer.
Sunday is a very special day on ABC to millions of listeners. Favorite people like Walter Winchell, Drew Pearson, Luella Parsons, and Jimmy Fiddler all are included in the Sunday lineup. The afternoon brings film actor Edward Arnold portraying Mr. President, the lovely voice of young singing star Betty Clark, and the greatest story ever told offers a moving half hour of drama from the Bible. Other highlights for Sunday on many ABC stations include Stop the Music, The Amazing Mr. Malone, Chance of a Lifetime, and Music with the Girls, which stars the all-girl orchestra and chorus with the top songs and music of the current Broadway and motion picture successes. Many of these favorites can be heard by you over this ABC station. So listen tomorrow, won't you? And remember, ABC is dressed in your Sunday best. Yes, be sure to listen to Walter Winchell, Stop the Music, Luella Parsons, Drew Pearson, and many other great Sunday highlights over ABC, the American Broadcasting Company, tomorrow.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman and part 2 of the mystery of the mechanical monster. Stunned at Carol Marget's statement that the huge mechanical monster is her father, Clark Kent and Perry White stare at her in shocked, voiceless disbelief. Finally, Kent breaks the silence.
Do you know what you're saying, Miss Margaret?
Yes, I know.
Now, what do you mean he's your father? How can a mechanical man be your father? Now, if you believe that, young lady...
No, you don't understand. I meant that my father designed him and built him. I meant that everything he does is done at my father's bidding. He's my father's slave.
You didn't say that. You said the mechanical man was your father.
I don't remember, but if I did, it's almost true. For better than a year now...
Don't stop, Miss Margaret.
No, I mustn't say any more. You promised if I told you the reason that...
All right, you don't have to tell us any more if you don't want to.
Kent, are you crazy? We don't know any more than we knew before. Who's her father? Where is he? Why did he build that monster?
I think Miss Margaret's reason for not wanting to tell us any more is good and sufficient.
No, is that so?
Yes.
Well, have another think for yourself, because I don't.
You promised, Mr.
I
White.
said if your reason was good enough. It isn't. Your father, whoever he is, created panic in the heart of Metropolis with that mechanical thing. 7 people were injured. Luckily, no one was trampled to death.
I know all that, but I told you it won't happen again.
It shouldn't have happened the first time.
Chief, we're not getting anywhere. You may go if you wish, Miss Margaret.
Thank you.
Now, just a minute.
I appreciate your coming in.
Did you hear me?
Goodbye, Miss Margaret.
Goodbye, Mr. Kent. Thank you again.
Kent!
Take it easy, Chief.
No, you
just stop spluttering and listen to me now. I had to let her go.
Why? In the name of heaven, why?
In order to learn something, I'm going to follow
Oh,
her.
no, you're not. You're through. You're finished.
Well, we'll discuss that later.
Kent, come back here.
I haven't time. I've got to follow her.
Then I'm going with you.
You shouldn't have come along, Chief. This is a one-man job.
Well, you're one man I don't trust with it. Is that our cab ahead?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if she's leading us on a wild goose chase. Where are we?
Maplewood. That's the Lutheran Hospital on the left. Hold it, driver. Take it easy.
What's the matter?
Her cab's slowing up, turning into a driveway. We better get out here. Okay, driver, this'll do.
Right.
There, I'll pay him. Here you are, driver.
Thanks.
Okay, Chief, let's go.
Well, now what?
Well, she's getting out of the cab. She's walking around to the rear of the house.
You mean to tell me you can see all that from here?
Sure. Cab's backing out of the driveway. See it?
You've got wonderful eyesight. That much I'll say for you.
Come on, we cross over and walk up toward the house.
Kent, do you think it's smart to tackle this alone?
Huh?
What if he's got that mechanical monster in his basement?
Well, if it's mechanical, someone has to control it. Knock out the control and you get rid of the monster.
Sure, just like that. From what that girl said, her old man sounds like a Frankenstein.
Oh.
Why would anyone want to build a mechanical monster
Hold it, Chief.
What's the matter now?
You may have been right.
What about?
The wild goose chase. Come on.
Kent, why do you insist on talking in riddles?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet.
Sure, about what? Take it easy, will you? I can't keep up with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the driveway. Well, that's one time I guessed wrong.
Now, Kent, either you stop...
I misjudged her. She pulled a fast one on us. The house is empty.
What? Well, how do you know?
There's no one in it. Not much furniture either.
What are you trying to pull? You can't see through those windows. All the shades are down.
Take my word for it. Come on, let's go around back.
Are you sure this is where the cab turned in?
Positive.
She couldn't have gone far if she got out of the cab. Maybe she didn't get out.
No, she did all right. And she walked back here. Look.
Look at what?
The imprints of her heels in the gravel.
I can't see them without my glasses, and you got me so excited I left my glasses back in the office. Where do they lead?
Hey, that's funny.
Yeah, if it is, let me in on it, will you? And I'll laugh.
Her heel prints go halfway across the yard and then disappear.
Yeah, that's why she sprouted wings and took off. Oh, I ought to have my head examined for letting you do the things you do. I knew I should have turned that girl over to the police, but no, I had to get soft again. I let
Great Scott!
Now, what brilliant deduction have you come up with?
No deduction, just a discovery.
A brilliant one, I'm sure.
Come here and take a look. Look at that.
And now, what's so special about that? It's an old wooden sewer cover. Before the city sewer system was extended out here, they had their own disposal duct.
This is where her heel prints end. Well, let me get the cover off.
You're not suggesting she climbed down there?
Would be.
Well, what for? Just an old abandoned sewer duct?
Well, there's an iron ladder and some fresh gravel at the bottom of it. This is where she disappeared.
Don't go down there, Kent.
Oh, why not?
In the first place, it's pitch dark. Second place, it isn't safe.
Well, if it was safe for her, it's safe for me. Wait up there while I look around.
Oh, no. You're not getting out of my sight.
You don't want to come down here, Chief.
Oh, I don't want to, but I'm going to. Well, let's turn back, Kent. We've gone far enough.
No, we haven't.
But what good is it? You can't see your hand in front of your face. And anyway, I told you, if she came down here...
Hold it.
Hey, where are you, Kent?
Right here. There's a stone door with a ring in it. Huh. Leads into a kind of a basement. Here, take my hand. Okay, watch it now. There are 3 stone steps going down.
We're crazy. We're absolutely crazy.
Careful. Are you all right?
All right as I'll ever be in a pitch-dark sewer.
We're not in the sewer now. This is part of a basement underneath a house. Oh, wait a minute.
Now, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
I hear voices. Listen.
I don't hear a thing.
It's the market girl and an elderly man.
Say, what have you got, a crystal ball?
Come on, follow me.
Follow you? Oh, I can't even see.
Take my hand. Softly now. Okay, that's far enough.
Father, you can't go on like this. You've got to stop.
Do you hear the voices now?
Yes.
The man's her father.
Don't you see what's going
Where
on?
are they? There's a basement adjoining this one. We're standing at a connecting door.
Father,
What do we do? I'm going to open the door. Here goes.
Oh,
Hello, Miss Margaret.
Carol, who are these men? What are they doing in here?
please go back the way you came.
Who are they? How did they get here?
Is he your father?
Yes, please, Mr. Kent.
Carol?
Yes, Father.
Who are these men?
They're from a newspaper. Mr. Kent, he's not well. Please don't get him into a rage.
Here, let me handle this. Sir, my name is Perry White. I don't think we've ever met.
I'm Dr. Margaret. I have no desire to meet you. What are you doing trespassing in my private laboratory?
Well, what are you doing building mechanical monsters to scare people to death?
Mr. White.
Chief, take it easy.
How dare you call my creation a monster? How dare you?
Well, what do you call it?
The answer to man's salvation. Man is destroying himself on the altar of his own greed.
Father.
His flesh dies from disease and his mind is poisoned by fear and frustration. I am creating a new race of men to take the place of those who failed.
Father, please.
Behind that curtain is the first of my mechanical brain children. Soon there will be others.
Not if I can help it.
You dare to challenge me? You dare.
Father.
But of course, you are human and riddled with fear. You must be destroyed. I draw the curtain. Behold your mechanical executioner.
Father, no.
Just a minute, Dr. Margaret.
Stand back. I throw a switch. Spin a dial. Destroy them.
Vince, he's coming at us.
Destroy these feeble humans. Destroy them.
Stand back. I'll take care of him.
Leaping to a table, Clark Kent smashes the large light bulb suspended from the ceiling, plunging the cavernous basement room into darkness. Then, dropping to the floor again, he faces the huge mechanical creature with its two blinking purple eyes.
Fools! Darkness cannot save you!
Plunging at the monster, Kent, now in his true role of Superman, smashes his fist into the blank metal face. The monster reels drunkenly, and the eerie whine of its mechanism fluctuates. But still it comes on, its gigantic arms extended, blindly searching for its prey.
Destroy! Destroy!
Determined to put an end to the madness, Superman leaps from the floor and tackles the huge creature above its stiff-jointed knees. For a timeless moment, it sways like a towering tree in the wind, and then, losing its balance, it crashes down on the cement, its riveted body breaking apart.
I had a long talk with the chief of staff at the hospital, Miss Margaret, and he assured me your father would be perfectly all right after treatment and a good long rest.
I hope so, Mr. Kent. I don't know how to thank you and Mr. White for all you did.
Don't thank me. I almost cooked all of our gooses. Or is it geese? When that thing came at us. Phew, I still don't know how Kent managed to floor it.
It was a courageous thing to do.
Courageous? Why, even Superman would have hesitated to tackle that bird.
Fortunately, he didn't.
Huh? What was that, Kent?
Huh? Oh, nothing, Chief. Absolutely nothing.
And so ends the mystery of the mechanical monster on the...
Okay, there we go. That was the entire episode of Superman, The Adventures of Superman. Yeah, I am all done. Yeah, what I just showed was the Playmobil Enterprise, and it's got the little figures, and if you open up the bridge, it looks just like the Enterprise's bridge. It looks so cool. And then there's the engineer room on the side when you take it off. I ought to do a video on that, showing the inside and all of that good stuff too, because that's a pretty cool set. I said I would be talking about toys. Listen, you might want to head over to Dino Brickhaven YouTube channel because I'm still in flux. I don't know if everything's going to happen here or there. As of now, everything is here. But yeah, that is probably the coolest thing. And it is so huge. As I was holding it, I'm like, this thing is heavy. Thank you for the nice hard time from sleep. Sounds good, Barry. This is done. Yes. Listen, as far as cabins go, for the Lego A-frame cabin, this looks beautiful. I mean, I know. And you know what? I'm getting another camera angle so that when I'm done, I can use the camera to move in and get close up and show all the details, because this just doesn't work. The overhead works for building, but it doesn't work for showing the final interior and everything else like that. And I will be doing that. I love Superman, especially when he's played by Christopher Reeve. Yes. So I am going to, whether it's a webcam or something, as long as I can get a closer view of the interior and all that, because all these little things that I can show you right here. And I will do that. I will do just a separate review on it. But yeah, the details on the inside, Even the trees. I actually do like the trees. It's like green here, yellow brownish, and then red orange over here. So as like the summer is fading away slower over here, and on this way it's kind of the freezing a bit more, getting colder, and the weather. It's funny how the temperatures and stuff can affect that, and that's true in real life, right? The canoe's pretty cool. So I am going to pick this up, put it in the city. The next city update, you are going to see the bakery, and you are going to see this cabin set in an area here. So there is going to be an update video coming soon. Like a boss. Yeah. Block like... Well, I guess I can do that. Like a boss. Let me go ahead and hide you on the channel. Definitely a troll right there. Anyways, thank you for the link too to Dino Brookhaven, because I could be doing all the toys and all kinds of other stuff over there, because yes, the tide has turned when it comes to... But again, A+ on this. We'll do a city update showing you guys what I've done. I do believe onto the next is going to be the Lego Bank for the city. If not, I may end up doing a Fun Hole Old West Saloon. I might do that next. I'm not sure. The Old West will not fit in the city, but I might feel like something different. So it's either going to be that or the bank, but I will let you guys know. Stephanie, congratulations, Dino. Thank you, Stephanie. We did just pass 138,000 subscribers on this channel. It's really slowed down, but yeah, the tides are turning. That's why I'm actually just going to do what I love from now on. Building the Legos, showing the toys, stuff like that. Doing the thing like me and Dave on Sundays. We'll be doing that for sure on the channel. But there's just way too many old time radio channels out there at night. So I'm not sure. I've been contemplating over and over and over what to do with the overnights. By the way, probably not going to be an overnight tonight. I do apologize for that, but that's just the way it is. There's a lot of people, a big percentage, a chunk, are going to 2 other places, which I'm not going to say, but that is what's going on there, and it's just gotten out of control. It's gotten out of control. So it's just the tide is turning, and it's time for a change, and I'm trying to figure out what to do and how to change with what's going on in the community when it comes to old time radio stuff, because it's like the Niagara Falls, just like torrentially, just I don't know, 10 times worse. Like Niagara Falls just all of a sudden got 10 times worse. I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, I ain't even gonna say. And Dave is great, Gardner too. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So there you go, you guys. I appreciate you guys all being here for these streams. I'll see you for the next one. I'm sure I will think about it, and either tomorrow night, which is Friday, most likely tomorrow night, if not Saturday, I will begin on the next build, which could be the Old West Saloon by Funhole, because I do like that. I got to take care of yourself, Dino. Conserve energy where possible, and don't let it get you down. Oh, Chris W., that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm doing what I love right now. So yeah, I don't know what more to say without getting myself in trouble or people getting upset. It's just the overnights have become ridiculous across YouTube. Can I just say that? They've gotten ridiculous. I started this out 5 years ago with it being a place people can come to enjoy and get away from their pain, their hurt. Like I said, even hospice centers, I got great emails from them on, this just calms all our residents down, makes them feel good. And it's put me on this mission over these 5 years that, I'm doing it for the people out there who really need it, who can't sleep, who need a place to be, are in pain, tinnitus. Yeah, I mean, you name it, all kinds of things, and all the emails and messages I got. But then it ended up turning into slowly something else, and then where now it's just it's just flooded with tons and tons of people doing weird streams. It's just gotten out of hand. And it's just over. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's almost as if I'm trying to tell myself it's time to step back and do something different. And if I can play old time radio shows while I'm building, over 4 hours, I'll do that. But I'm trying my hardest to step back, and my heart keeps pulling me, going, oh, what's going to happen to everybody? They're going to be gone. I got a lot of friends, but hopefully they'll show up for me and Dave. Hopefully I'll see them in the chat. Hopefully I'll see them here when I'm doing these things or something. But it's just, my mind's trying to figure it all out, and there's no sense in asking because, there's a small, tiny group that I know will always be around, but then there's another group to where they'll go where they want to go, and so it is what it is. It's just gotten out of hand. So everybody's doing it for different reasons than I started it for 5 years ago. It's really just, it was to help people out who needed it, and if it's just in abundance everywhere now, in multiple different ways, and I don't mean to laugh. Boy, I'm missing the crazy drama during the evening, Derby. Oh, no, there's no... What's up? Now what's going on? There's no drama. It's just old-time radio... Oh, my voice cracked. Old-time radio's gotten out of hand. Everybody and their mother is doing it on YouTube. And it's And when you see your audience starting to drift away from what you're doing, you know what I mean? It's time where, especially as hard as it is to do fix audio and get playlists and everything else together and thumbnails and this and that, it's just, you wonder, and this is the battle inside of me right now that I'm trying to figure out. Do I just stop doing overnights now? I've done it every night for 5 years. Or do I do it a couple nights a week? Or do I... what do I do? Because when you're looking at YouTube and you see that, oh, there's this other channel who's streaming multiple, or this channel who's streaming multiple, 24/7 streaming, or they're doing, just all different kinds. But you have your choice of literally 100 at this point, and it's. I look at it and I go, this is ridiculous. This is just totally ridiculous. So, again, I'm battling that. So there's no drama. It's just I'm battling whether I keep going doing that. And something inside of me really deep just says, Dino, it's time to just step back and just maybe do this kind of stuff. And Sundays with Dave, and that's it. And I tell you, the couple nights I skipped doing the overnights, it seemed like a weight lifted off of me because I didn't have to work so damn hard, and I could actually go outside and maybe go out with my son and do a couple little things, you know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at, And listen, I know the majority of people who watch my channel aren't going to even know what's going on because they're not going to come back and hear this at the end of this long stream. But I'm just venting. I'm not even venting. I'm just telling you what it is, what things are. I love each and every one of you guys and have grown to love you guys, man, as part of the Late Horror Show family, and you guys are all friends, and I really feel connected to all of you guys and girls and all that, So I just that would be hard. Wait, let's see what's going on. Boy, I'm missing. Works for me and Barry Geekler. Yeah, okay. You're a cool hipster that now the normies are figuring out what you're doing is a cool thing. Yeah, Derby Girl. I guess. I listen. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. You're again, like I said, I started this for like good intentions and stuff like that, and it is what it is. Got the hat, the prettiest. Shut up, Barry Geekler. Why can't you cut back for a week and see how it works for you? Experiment. Don't let other YouTube channels get to you, Dino. Keep what you. They're not getting to me, and I give, I don't. I'm not mad about anything. Like any other channel's doing anything. It's just they're going to do their thing. I'm just saying it's come to the point to where when you've got so many options and people are going at like. I want to go watch Dragnet tonight, or listen to Dragnet. Even though I've got playlists of all of those things on my channel because there's 12-hour streams for 5 years every single night. How many thousands is that? People do want kind of the live thing. And I think what was special about our chat that we had overnight was the connection between people, talking and the friendships and the bonds that they created and stuff like that. So, that's a thing too, so it's not like I'm mad. It's just, when something is popular and everybody loves something, that other people will start doing it. You know what I mean? And they could be doing it out of the love for old time radio too and stuff like that. But, there's plenty out there who are just trying to jump on the bandwagon too. And it's just, heck. You can search it up and you'll end up seeing things that look almost exactly like my thumbnails sometimes. But, I best of luck to all of them, you know what I mean? But I think it's just time. That's all. I don't know. That would be hard. Let's see. It is healthy to take an extended internet break, bro. Don't let other... Yeah. No, I know. You're getting burned out, even actors and musicians. Well, listen, I've been burned out. I've been burnt out. For a long time, but like I said, my heartstrings were being pulled on. I can't stop because even if there's that one person that needed it that night, how could you stop? And so these are the things I'm struggling with. You know what I mean? On stopping completely. But do take a break. No explanations needed. No. And again. If you see that there's not going to be an overnight, like tonight, there's not going to be an overnight. Please understand that I've got 5 years of 12-hour streams, but hopefully you'll stay subscribed and still be part of this because I will still have get-togethers on Patreon. It probably will allow me to do more of that. Do the movie nights or get-togethers or whatever. Do these Lego builds, different things that I really need to start enjoying and having a good time again because it's been tough for a while here. And again, I need to slow down. Even though I'm on almost every day probably doing some Lego build and stuff, but that's different. That's different. I would spend morning to night putting together playlists and fixing audio and thumbnails and artwork and this and that. So it is what it is. Hopefully when I'm there and I do come live, I still see the people subscribe that at least the core people that I care about. And I care about everybody who listens. I mean, the overnights, again, they're all coming to me to get to sleep, to get the pain away. And, so there is that. I don't mean to go on... Well, Connie, if I do start doing some like get-togethers on Patreon and stuff like that, I do have my own Cosme. I probably will do that. I appreciate everything you do, Connie. She's been doing the movie nights on Fridays and stuff like that, and she'll be doing the movie night this Friday. And I appreciate that, Connie. But if I can let things start to slow down again, or start to slow down like with the overnights, I can start to pick up doing these things so that I'm involved with my community and the people that are here on the Late Late Horror Show. So as much as I do appreciate Connie helping out on movie nights and stuff like that, that's something that I should do for people who are Patreons or channel members, for me to be part of what you guys, hanging out or whatever. So it is what it is. Grow and create how you need to. We will grow and change with you. Thank you, Derby Girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate you very much. I really do. And sending you hugs, Stephanie. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys know that. I love y'all, man. Harry's great. He's always got comments every single video. But I need to get back to enjoying what I'm doing, being with you guys, and burnt out is the thing to end on here. I'm burnt out, and doesn't mean I guess I'll stop completely. There are plenty of other rare shows that I can fix and get together still and have some streams. So even if it's a couple nights a week, or if who knows, I'll feel guilty again and I'll go right back to it tomorrow night. But if I take nights off like tonight, I'm taking it off. There's no overnight stream. Who knows how many nights? It could be 3, 4, it could be 2. I don't know. But all I know is thank you guys. Love you. And I will see you probably tomorrow night. If not, Saturday night to do a stream, either building or something like that. And again, I think the building Legos and playing some old time radio shows is kind of a cool idea too. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, Red, well said, Derby Girl. My sentiments society, Dino's my favorite. Much love, Red. Thank you. The only thing in life that is consistent is a change. So well, and that's the other thing too. I've been on YouTube for 9 years. 9 years. And the first 4, it was just me. I loved it. We didn't get viewers. We didn't get subscribers. I mean, slowly. But, those first 4 years was just me and Ted, my friend, talking about horror movies, doing commentaries, just having fun. I laughed and laughed and laughed. The next 5 years, it started as a work of compassion for people, and myself included, because the first night I started to play them it was for me. I'm like, why not? Why don't I just play these overnight and put my earbuds in and fall asleep to it? And then I woke up in the morning with the whole mess of people there. And then the emails started coming in. Yeah, it helps me for this. And that's what it became. And then it became a mission to help people every day. And listen, I've I'll never forget Dennis, RTN Productions. He told me, you guys are family. This is my family every night. And that's what tugs. But when you feel it in your heart that you need to change and the time has come. So it's all good either way. Thank you. I know I'm going on too much. Hey, Andrea. Right back at you. Thank you. Take tomorrow off. Dang it. Now it's become work. Yes, Derby Girl. See, he's still showing off his hands. Oh, am I moving? I'm Italian. I move with my hands. What you mean? I remember how it was when I first came on the scene, when I hopped on. Yeah, no, it was a whole different ball game back in the just me and Ted talking horror. And we would do that, once a week. And then I would do so yeah, things were different. It's Italian. They talk with their hands, I know. Listen, I don't know what's with my hands. I mean, I do work out and stuff, but I mean, come on, jeez. Anyways, I'll leave you guys. I will see you when I see you, either tomorrow night, definitely Sunday with me and Dave. So we will always have, yes, always Donald Duck average. Listen, I'll never forget RTN, man. Dennis and Connie Hilton too came in and passed away from cancer. Months into joining the channel. So yeah, it's their memories, that's for sure. Lots to talk about, man. When it comes to memories, and all of you people too, man. Chris W. Hugs. Okay, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you guys go do your thing. Please just enjoy. And I will see you guys real soon, okay? Peace as